and I will start with my recap.
Teen Wolf podcast, finally.
It's been a
Okay,
long time, so for Teen Wolf 2. What was the last one that we did?
Clifford,
Clifford.
right?
Yeah.
What did I watch after Clifford? We watched Clifford and Talk to Me the day before. So okay, so we'll go through some of the stuff that we've already talked about in person, but so the fans can hear it. Luke and I saw Interstellar, IMAX, 70 millimeter.
Crap. Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Amazing.
Wow.
Cried.
Yeah. Yes,
We went to go see Red One in theaters, even though it was on Prime for free.
It was on Prime.
It was a good movie. Teen Wolf 2, back to back.
Yeah.
That's an experience to watch back to back. It's 3 hours that feels like 5. Then we played Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Very good.
Yeah.
Matt, I was gonna say you need to play it, but I don't know if that's possible.
It's Xbox only right now.
Yeah.
That's okay. I probably wouldn't play it anyway,
Fair.
but I
Who would
appreciate
like
it.
it, though? Right now they're in the Vatican. They're gonna sneak into the Vatican.
You get me, Matt.
That's how I am too.
And this was still before Christmas, so we watched Klaus and Arthur Christmas.
Are they good?
They were 2 high-rated animated movies. Klaus is higher than Arthur Christmas, and Klaus was very good. Arthur Christmas, pretty solid, honestly. Liked both of them. Then I went with you guys to see A Real Pain, which ended up working out
Yeah.
perfectly somehow. That I was just coming down anyway. And then I forgot to log Trail to Oregon, which is I need to go back and do that because that's
How dare you?
when something's so good that you just forget to log it. That's how I felt with that.
Been there.
So good. Did we watch anything else I forgot to log? It was mostly Righteous Gemstones,
Yeah.
but I logged that. So then it skipped 6 days. And this is the 28th. Trinity and I watched Madam Web. That it was actually Trini who wanted to see it originally, even knowing the reviews. It was gonna be my 29th movie because I needed to watch 2. No, it was gonna be my 30th movie. I need to watch one more.
2024? That was
Yes,
this year?
yes. So it was early this year. So it was gonna be the last one. We watched it because it was like, okay, finally I hit my 30, which was my goal when I revised it. And I realized that was my 31st movie, so we didn't even need to do it.
Wow.
I almost wish it was more funny bad. It was just kind of like bad and not fun sometimes. Sometimes it was funny bad. It was interesting. What's up?
I have a question. Does Adam Scott play Uncle Ben?
Yes, and he's in it a lot.
kidding.
Like he's like a main character
Which
in almost
is
some.
crazy.
Yeah, it's
Did I
very-
watch this movie?
Just for that.
The dynamic between the 3 leads other than Dakota Johnson did not feel natural at all. It did not feel like they had any chemistry, so they were trying to like bounce off each other and banter and stuff, and it was like, this is not working. Everything they said was like,
Mark, what I'm getting from this list is that you love Terrifier 3.
why? Because
Fair.
it's like 4 below it, and I've watched 31 movies. It's still in the
no.
bottom 5.
6 below it.
Oh,
It is
wow.
the 7th to last movie.
Wow.
It is 26 out of 30.
What's the first one below it?
The Idea of You?
Oh well, yeah,
Oh.
And then Deadpool and Wolverine.
yeah.
And then
I stand by that.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Stand by that. Yeah.
Hot Frosty.
Yep.
Mean Girls.
Yep.
And Madam Web.
Yep.
Rounded
Yep. Yep. Mean Girls was finally better than something, which was Madam Web. That same night we watched Carry On.
Yeah.
Which
So-
had the craziest action scene I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, and not in a good way.
So I haven't seen the entirety of
Wait.
Extraction either, but they do kind of the same thing where it's a continuous shot. But oh no, Fright Night. Where it's
Oh,
like a shot
yes,
on a
yes,
road,
yes.
You can tell everything looks fake.
Yes,
because they're
it's like
editing
that,
it.
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
longer than Fright Night.
Hey, it didn't look good, but I
Yes.
So it's a woman in a car, and then it's a guy who is not the guy that you think is the guy, and she pulls out her gun, and then it's Last Christmas playing as they flip over,
God.
and as she like beats him with her gun, and then they like crash into the.
It's like just so, but it's like the camera's moving in and out of the car, and it's like very
bizarre.
just bizarre. Also, the whole movie, no other part of the movie even had like action like that until like the end. Not even like that at all. It was so weird and like strangely put in this movie.
Yeah.
But Jason Bateman.
He was good. I mean, the acting was good. It was more like other stuff that was weird about it. So,
Yeah.
I thought it was decent. It was, I would watch it again. Like it was definitely interesting. Like, but there's one character that just like died, and then they just like never mention it.
Are you talking about the stick, the poke?
No, that. But I'm talking about the neck too. Like the boss. Like, and it's just like Hank.
Boss.
Yes, from Breaking Bad.
Oh, he died.
Yes, and they just like, yeah, and it's just like the way they do it. It's just like they don't mention it, and at the end, it's all like happy-go-lucky. I'm just like,
Correct.
the fuck just happened, guys? 2 people died that you were close to.
That's how I want to go.
but what
It
can
was
you
very Goblet of Fire ending.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Goblet of Fire effect.
do? Where he got to be a cop and have a kid.
Yes, I mean that was fine.
So
I'm talking
That's
about the ending where
my
they're sitting in the
worst
ambulance.
nightmare
What
for
In
life.
the ambulance.
to die and go to Tahiti with the guy. That
Yeah.
He got fired.
Yeah.
Good times.
So he didn't get his job back. We're
I
assuming.
assume he did. I
Okay.
assume he did.
He's just on vacation. Okay. That's it for that. For movies. For video games, I 100%ed Astrobot. I got past a level that took me over 2 hours. Which made me feel good by the end of it. But I had a day off, and I was just like so happy because I told myself I was only going to do it till 11 because I had done an hour and a half before then. It took me 40 minutes then, and I was like, I'm going to stop in 20 minutes, and I got it. So that I was actually going to stop too.
You earned it.
Nice.
Earned
That
it.
felt good. And then it was really good. I really like Astrobot. Then I bought Resident Evil 4 Remake, which has puzzles. It's like Resident Evil is a puzzles type game, but this game inspired a lot of games that are like Last of Us. Last of Us like wouldn't have happened without Resident Evil 4 because it did from top down. It changed it to like, as far as I know, I could be totally wrong about this. As far as I know, that's the first one that was like really over the shoulder and shooting a lot, which is like how Last of Us does their
any
camera
game?
angle.
Of any game?
They did other stuff, but like where they're fighting monsters and stuff, and it's like zombie. It's kind of like it. They're infected, but it's like a curse, demonic type of thing, satanic type stuff.
Sure.
But it has puzzles, and I have not need to look them up. And sometimes they take me a while, and I don't look them up, and I don't get mad, and I figure them out finally. So I'm getting better at video games. That's the update.
That's good. It's good.
And I have not turned it down the difficulty. If you turn the difficulty down, it stays that way. You can't turn it up. And so I
Oh.
haven't done it. And I've stuck at the medium, even though it gets really hard. And
proud
resources,
of you.
Luke, if you don't get resources, you're just screwed. You're just going to have to go back to a previous save and go do it. Like, but I've been doing it, and I'm halfway through it, and I'm doing pretty good. So
I'm proud of you. I'm proud
getting
of you.
better. I hit my highest rank in Valorant, Luke, last night. Plat 3.
What are you at now?
Pla-
Whoa.
Yep, we hit it.
Whoa.
Okay. TV shows. Righteous Gemstones season 1 with Luke and Kelly.
You
Also
forget my
started rewatching it with Trini.
Really?
It's
Yes. So good.
yeah, she really likes Kelvin and Keith.
Of course.
Um,
I mean,
She's not a fan of Judy.
how dare?
She's the best.
And
Who
it's
would've thought?
funny
Because it's
to
Luke's
watch
favorite
because
character
I'm
of anything.
laughing or like trying not to laugh really hard because it's like she's
Look, I'm
not
experiencing
finding
what
it as
Luke and I
funny.
experience every time we show you something.
Well, because I need to like take it in for a second, you know, like
From
But-
my room,
Oh,
he
yes.
said something awful, and I started laughing, and all I heard was a chuckle from Mark and silence. Or it might have been even a ew.
I mean, a lot of the time she just makes a face at me of just like, what
Yeah.
the fuck are we watching? She really likes Keith though, so
Of course,
there's
could you not?
Yeah.
BJ?
she
BJ.
hasn't had a ton of BJ because we just watched the
Mm.
one where BJ left. So the next episode is gonna be a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
PJ. So, yeah. But I started
Mark,
rewatching because
love
I just
how
want to.
much-
I was gonna rewatch it by myself, just as like putting on before bed, because I liked it so much.
I love how much you love that show because that's one of my favorite shows of all time.
It's so
and I've been waiting to show
Dumb.
you.
It's so
and
dumb.
I cannot wait to watch season 2 and 3 once we live together.
God, Judy just
I'm so excited.
says things off the rip that are just.
Dude, you're just in season
I
1.
know.
You have no idea what's coming.
Judy hasn't even begun. To
Oh,
be.
great.
Yeah.
We finished season 3 of Teen Wolf.
So
Legitimately good.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm gonna. So
I did-
I need to
Wait,
talk
wait,
about
is
Teen.
this the one with the twins that split the crazy
Yes,
opening that you
yes.
showed us?
So this is gonna be
That morphed into one wolf.
yes, and I'm sure I'm gonna talk a lot more about the show when we talk about the movies. But let me tell you about season 3 real quick. Season 3,
specifically 3B is what I've heard.
3A and B. I like 3A and
Yeah.
B more like together. If anything, I might have liked 3A a little bit more. I like both. I like both a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Like legitimately found it interesting.
Pick one, Mark.
Is it?
I'd say yeah, but barely.
Wow,
Yeah.
nice.
Wow, you're
Most
really
people like
different.
3B more. 3B was because it was Evil Styles, and Dylan O'Brien's acting is crazy. Also, I'm giving some spoilers for season 3 of Teen Wolf MTV. For anyone listening, and I know you guys aren't gonna watch it, but guys, so you know I got it. So one of the twins died, which was crazy.
Oh, which one? Be honest with me.
The straight one.
Oh, but okay.
I don't. Ethan was the straight one.
Homophobic.
Ethan was the straight one. I don't remember the gay
How
one's name.
progressive. They killed the straight one.
Yeah.
Yes. And then, so they broke up Allison and Scott in the end of season 2, and I hated them together. So boring, right? And then this season, at the end of that season, he's like not that sad because he's like, I know we're gonna end. I know we're like endgame or whatever. Like, so I'm not that worried about. Like, I know we're gonna be together. They broke up because other stuff going on, and they're like, I know we're gonna be together. Well, both of them start kind of being interested in other parties in this one, and I was like, okay, what's happening? Is it just gonna be like a whole like big love triangle and everything? I actually liked her love interest in this season, but it wasn't like immediately go to him, right? I like his character a lot, and I think they were better. But then at the end of the season, they killed Allison, and so she's not getting back with Scott. And I was like, what? And I was just
He
like,
killed her.
yes. So that was like, okay, this show is great because like I hated their relationship. They played it off like he's not gonna be sad boy about it this next season because he feels like they're gonna be back together. He kind of likes this other girl, and it's like, and I was like, oh god, nope, they just killed her.
Wow.
And so I was like, damn, okay. I guess the actress wanted to leave the show, but for good reasons. She just wanted to go act in other stuff. But like they just
Nice.
killed her, and I was like, wow, I did not
You
expect that
hated
because
her.
season 1 and
Dude,
season
so
2.
You must be so happy.
Yeah, season 1 and season 2, like I could not stand them, and everything was about Scott and Allison. And I guess I'm sure other people maybe didn't like it either because they were just like broke them up. They were with other people, but kind of not. They were just kind of like flirting with other people, and then she's dead. And so the other guy is also left the show because he went to go do originals. So that's sad because I really liked him. Also, I liked Allison a lot more this season because it wasn't all about Scott. She liked this other guy, but it wasn't all about him. So I was like, okay, I like you a little bit more. The killer. Crazy. Oh my gosh.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Yes, so that made me happy because that was my least favorite part of the show was Scott and Allison, and now it's not gonna be a thing. This his other love interests, they're doing it slower and not like they're just immediately in love and that's their only character traits. They have their own shit going on, but they're like, are they a thing? Are they? And it's like, you know what? I'll take that because the fact that they were just boring because they were just so in love with each other they couldn't stop talking about each other in season 1 and 2 drove me crazy. So it's very crazy. I like it. I don't know how. I know season 4 and 5, 4, 5, and 6 have lower ratings. So, but Dylan O'Brien was pretty crazy too. His acting was really good. No wonder he went big. But I guess I thought he left like soon after Maze Runner. I guess he stayed for like 3 seasons after he got Maze Runner. He just didn't do the last
really?
season or something. So,
Wild.
yeah. It was very good though. Very good directing and acting. That first shot that I showed you guys, the first scene of season 3,
Well, it doesn't get
Yeah.
better.
that does not get better than that. I already though
the show isn't like that.
no, not at all.
That
There's not another
They
scene
just-
like that. Still, I will say the directing of season 4, episode 1 was like not very good, so I'm like a little bit worried. But we'll see. They introduced some new characters I find interesting. Other TV. Sorry, it's gonna be a long one for recap because it's been it's been a few weeks.
Kelly departed.
TV. I assume she did it on purpose, so I'm just gonna keep talking.
Go for it.
Okay. Am I watching any other TV? I watched some X Files when I was downstairs, but
Matt, did you watch it? You'll get to it.
I don't know.
I think you did. I think
he
you
did. He did. He did
I'll
because
never
you
tell.
finished season 1.
Matt did?
I
What?
bet you he finished season 1.
Okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Go ahead, Bart.
Mark, how many did you watch?
I think I watched 2 when I was down there. So I'm still like, I did not finish season 1 like my goal, which was fine because I set a lot of goals and I finished most of them. So I'm taking it as a win.
Where are you?
I'm gonna have to look because
EBE. That's a good app.
Darkness Falls like the Tooth Fairy.
did I watch Lazarus, Luke? You tell me.
Huh?
Did I watch
Did
Lazarus?
you watch it with him?
No.
I think I was. I don't think I finished Lazarus.
Is Lazarus
Oh,
16,
Lazarus.
It's
episode
assigned to
16?
you, Luke.
15.
Is episode, dang it. What's episode 16?
Young at no.
Young at Heart is 16. I definitely did not watch that. I did watch Gender Bender, so Lazarus is the one I'm on. I have not finished it.
Nice.
So, decent progress.
There's like 5 different episodes in season 1 about people in other people's bodies and
Reincarnation.
Yeah.
reincarnation. There's like 5 or 6 different episodes. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Love it though.
So yes, I need to finish watching that, but I've been playing games or watching Righteous Gemstones before bed. Reading, I finished Uncle Pat's first book. Shout out Uncle Pat. I texted him.
The Cure for
Shout
the
out Pat.
Curse by
I added on Storygraph, so it's on there if you guys read it. I added the second one too, Matt. If
Thank
you
you.
start reading that.
The Allure of the Curse by
Yes.
Patrick Vaughn.
Yes, I started reading the second one, but I'm only 16 pages because I started reading The Stand, because I need to read The Stand and Holly by May. Luke,
Yeah, you do.
can
You
do you have another copy that is uncut, unedited?
I
Of
have
this-
many.
You have many. Can I borrow one?
You could do the Barnes and Noble one. You could
Okay.
do the other one. You could
As long as they're the uncut, the same version
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading. So
Yep.
I bought this one off eBay because it's the original version. It's like the one with this cover.
Oh, that's the one I need. This is the one I need.
So-
Because
yeah.
the bridge
Hey,
and cover-
I gave you one that looks like that.
No, well, see, I have one that's the original.
Yeah, Luke has like the original print.
Oh.
So this is like the
isn't
uncut
that
one
really cool?
original. Yeah. So
I have the original.
yeah, because they don't
That'd be
even
great.
like yeah.
Now I need the unabridged.
So this one I bought it off eBay. It smelled really bad, like cigarette smoke and ash, like
Oh.
really bad. Where it was like, oof, like
Part of the vibe.
I need to like.
of it
set
all.
that away, so-
that works. That works because of Trash Can Man. Oh.
Well, okay,
Part of
so
the vibe.
it was like it was like as soon as I opened the package, it was like whoo, like bad, and it gave me a little, it gave me a headache. So this was a while ago when I bought it. So I put
Heat sauce.
dryer sheets in it because people said to do that. Put it in a Ziploc bag. I put too
Put 'em
many
in a
dryer
Ziploc
sheets and I
bag.
left it for too long because
Uh-oh.
it smells too much
no.
like dryer sheets to where I get headaches every time I read it
Oh
now.
my god.
Like really bad, and I'm trying not to, like, I'm like holding as far, and it's like no matter what, it's just like the
It's like
constant, it's so
you
strong.
stepped in poop to get rid of the
Yes,
smell of cologne.
exactly,
that you put on because you were
exactly.
smoking.
So I think
Um,
it will air out because I do think it's getting slightly better, but I don't want to stop reading because I'm getting headaches every time. So can I just borrow your version until it like smells like a little less like dryer sheets
Yeah.
or ash?
go into my closet, start searching. I think I might have 2 that aren't.
Part of every good story.
I don't. I don't know if I have 2 that might be cut.
Okay.
But they're the ones that aren't cut. Say so.
Okay.
And the very nice one isn't. So you can
Okay, thank you. Because I'm 110 pages in, and like, I'm interested in it, but then like, I'm getting a headache. It's making me drink water more, because I'm like, oh, headache, water, 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 water. But it's the headache from just like the fumes. So
Yeah.
it's also a mix. It's like dryer sheets helped, for sure, but it's like doesn't really smell like ash. But sometimes it I'm just like, this thing needs to just like sit out of it for a long time and just like air out.
Yeah.
But I want to read it now. So thank you, Luke. That's my update. Somebody else go. I'll popcorn
Matt.
to Luke.
Oh,
Oh.
Luke, go.
Oh. Well,
Never mind.
most of the things will be the same. So
Mm,
this actually would work. Interstellar in IMAX.
mm-hmm.
That was my favorite movie theater experience.
Heck yeah.
So that was very fun. Then Red One.
he
I
loved it.
wasn't your
He loved it.
theater experience?
Okay, it is not as bad as what
Correct.
it was made out to be.
Okay.
I did not very much like it.
But did you like when The Rock was running and it was CGI?
Yes, The Rock shrinks and he runs, and that's really funny. And Krampus is like a dude, bro.
Yeah,
Not really,
yeah.
But he's like a party guy.
Yeah, yeah. He's like a frat bro.
Those were the best parts. Those were the best parts. So yeah. Then I watched Bad Santa with my friends, and I did not like that one. That one I did not like. Then the two Teen Wolves. Then I
Ooh.
rewatched Wicked with Kelly.
Nice.
You could say it was popular because they were still okay. Then I saw a real
Rating.
pain
Mhm.
with y'all, and I really liked it. Then I watched Carry On with my friends. I didn't really like it, but what can you do? It was actually
I like some of the tense moments, like
You know
the
what?
buildup of
It
like
was
the
a
buildup
movie.
of it was like,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen?
and it did what it set out to do.
Yeah.
Maybe it just wasn't for me. So maybe it was good. Like it's like Die Hard. It's like Die Hard 2.
Yes,
You know-
yeah, for sure.
I thought you liked the Die Hards.
I do.
Yeah, you do. So,
I don't know. I think the story bored me.
Yeah.
Like
That's fair.
The overarching, like the background, like
Mm.
his wife and kid.
Wow, Luke.
Like I liked
Ripping
her,
the
but
tread.
no, I get you.
I liked her, but I was like, yeah, I get it.
You have a wife and kid.
Yeah.
No. It was a good movie. Okay. No, well. Alright, then-
That's gonna be Luke's like
You don't have
bamboos
to
Luke.
like a
This is
movie.
gonna be your unraveling.
You could have just said I didn't like it.
I think this is right. Luke's. It's okay. He just doesn't know how to say it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life. I watched on Christmas Eve.
Nice.
It's my favorite Christmas movie. It hits me right here.
That's
and
so
I love
you.
it.
That's so you, bud.
I love it.
Yeah.
The lasso the moon. The drawing of the moon. Trail to Oregon, my favorite musical ever made.
My favorite so far of theirs.
The Wizard of Oz, I watched.
Yes,
Oh.
you did.
I hate that movie.
I can't. Look at you right now.
That's a lie. I love that movie.
Do you love this one song?
Stop
it goes
it.
a little.
This is more annoying than my popular.
Is it? I can be a judge of that.
She says the entire stanza.
Yeah, I can see it being more annoying than popular.
You haven't even heard it.
What's
You
the
don't know
stanza?
what
What's the
you're talking
stanza?
about. It really was no miracle.
Yes, this is good.
What happened was just this. The wind began to switch, the house to hitch, and suddenly the hinges started to hitch. And then the witch, to satisfy an itch, went flying on her broomstick, thumbing for a hitch.
That's so much
I
better
was
than
hard.
your popular.
Because look, that's all you say.
It's impressive, but imagine you're having a conversation. It was the third time in a minute that gets said. The entire
funny.
thing.
That's just classic comedy.
That's really
Even
good.
though it's
Luke, that's like you putting the Mulan song in Matt's story, so I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's the same
Don't be
thing.
mad at me.
It's the same
Sorry.
thing.
Mark, I started rereading. I like.
Oh, yeah,
scrolled through
actually,
Princess Bride Wedding,
you
and
did
the
it before.
Yes, the entirety
Oh, for sure.
of The Winner Takes It All.
I think I
And it
taught
was
you.
More annoying. It was more annoying.
I think I
because
taught you how to do that.
You didn't even like fluidly put it in. You
Yeah.
just put the entire song.
Yeah. But then it's just like, oh wow, it's the entire song. I hate this. I gotta read this. Yours was annoying because it's like, I think I'm done, and then you keep cutting back to it.
But it was witty. It was.
It
funny.
wasn't. Kelly and I hated it.
Matt, you were
Pretty
the
and
audience.
clever.
Matt,
You
you were the
copy and
reader.
pasted a song.
I thought it was funny.
Ah.
It was funny,
And he-
but
he's
it
the
was
audience.
also annoying.
It was
But
funny
it's okay.
because it was annoying.
Yes.
Okay. Then we watched the original Nosferatu,
You did.
and I liked it. And then we watched the Eggman.
Oh, yes.
Nosferatu,
Like, man.
and I loved it.
Love.
Lily Rose Depp is my favorite actress.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Luke, you gotta go
Best-
with me still.
Yes, I
After
will.
Sonic.
Like to sing it again?
After Sonic. Some of the best acting I've ever seen. So
I heard she was really good in it.
Yes.
She is
yes.
really good.
She's really, really good.
like really good.
There's 3 testimonies for you, Mark.
Okay,
But have you seen the ratings for the Sonic movie?
I have. They're
I
good.
have. It's crazy. What's that?
It's good.
You put Keanu Reeves in there with Idris Elba as well. You just compile it. Luke, we're gonna have to watch Knuckles beforehand though, so thank you for the Paramount Plus login, Matt.
You're welcome.
So, never mind.
Don't worry about it.
I was gonna ask who has Paramount Plus, and I'm confused.
It was me, now it's Matt. Well, it was me, and then it was both of us. But I didn't know if I had the full one. I don't have it anymore. Matt has it.
I see.
And it's technically we have to thank my good friend Katie here.
Hi, Katie. I didn't know she was there. Hi,
You're the
Katie.
one.
No idea she was there. Hi, Kate.
Well, thank you.
And for RuPaul's Drag Race, so it's 100% worth it.
Oh, boy.
Yes. I love
Um,
that you. Are you still watching it, Matt?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
okay.
yeah. We watched them
I
right
love
before I
hearing
got on the
that.
pod.
They're watching the most.
How far are
recent
you?
We are down to the final 6 in the most recent season.
Oh, Oh wait.
we
okay.
skipped
Right.
around
Right.
a lot.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's better. It's better that way.
Yeah.
It's better to watch
yeah.
it skipping around.
We keep seeing flashbacks to earlier seasons, and the lighting and camera work are so bad.
It's so good. Though.
But like it's in a
raw.
good way. Yeah, it's raw.
Freaky Farley,
Yes. This is what I was waiting for.
made by Matt Farley, the creator of Sierra Vista Song of All Time. You should give it a
Oh, yeah.
listen. He cooked it up real good in the stew.
Yeah, he did.
You know what I mean?
Sure did. Sure did.
This movie is great. Like Nosferatu has some of the best acting I've ever seen.
But what is it in comparison to Freaky Farley?
Farley. And then we watched Nosferatu, the Vampire
Oh yes.
from 1979,
Did you like it?
Herzog leave you
and I
drooped.
liked it. So Kelly and I were talking about this.
Yeah.
My favorite Nosferatu movie is the newest one. I like the newest one, and then the oldest one,
Mm-hmm.
and then 79. Although I liked all of them,
But-
but my
our-
favorite like Nosferatu himself
As
is
a
1979.
character, is the '70s one.
Oh,
Wow.
He's
okay.
way more
Okay.
emotional, and the sadness is just profound.
Interesting.
It's
What's
Klaus.
interesting?
Is that Klaus Kinski or no?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
What's fun is that in the newest one, the human characters by far the most interesting part of that movie over Count Orlok himself, over Nosferatu himself, whereas in the '70s one, he's basically the only interesting part of that movie.
Mhm.
Oh, I see.
I agree with that.
It's
the,
beautiful though.
Yes. Bill Skarsgård in the newest one is unrecognizable.
I can't
Alright.
believe that's him.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't even know that it was him until now.
Yeah.
Well,
And
like
that's a
I
real
didn't
role.
even see that he was cast in
He-
it. To be honest,
he
I have
did
not looked
that.
up stuff. So interesting.
It's crazy.
That's it for my moves. And then the TV shows. Mom, Dad, and I. So Mom, and Dad already watched, but they've watched with me Reservation Dogs, and we finished the whole show.
Oh, nice.
And it's very good. I recommend to all of you.
Okay. Okay.
It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. it'll make you go, oh no, but then make you go, oh how sweet.
That's the best.
the sweet
That's
part.
that's the best recommendation you could.
So I highly recommend. And then Righteous Gemstones with those two lads.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for TV shows. Oh no, Mom, Dad, and I started Shrinking. I am going to love it. I know I will
Yeah.
love it. I just never started it.
Yeah.
But it is right up my alley.
Yeah,
and
it is.
Mom wanted to show me.
Yes,
And
it's good.
And then I finished The Alienist. And it was really good. I gave it to Matt to read.
The book.
Yeah.
The book.
The book.
Yes, the book. And I didn't even realize there's a sequel, and it's like a series of 3. But the TV show even has 2 seasons, and the second season's based off the second book. That's the only reason so I was like, oh, what? And then now I'm reading The Price of Salt, which
Oh, here he goes.
I want to be her.
Luke,
do
Luke,
knew
Luke,
you'd want
Luke.
to be
I
her.
think you are her
Thank you.
on the inside.
I highly relate to Therese, who is the main character, who is Rooney Mara from Carol, because that's what
Right.
Carol's based off of this, and it's really good. So I recommend this. I can let you guys borrow when I finish.
Thank you so much.
I hate.
Nope.
It
that
should be
they
called The Price of
changed
Salt.
Start again.
The movie should be called The Price of Salt.
No, I'm excited. to
What's the movie
realize-
called?
See,
Carol.
Okay.
'cause that's
I hate when they
Hate that.
just.
Hmm.
But
Oh. The book was re-released as Carol later, I learned.
that's yeah.
Price
Because
of Salt is such a good name, though.
a choreograph that said The Price of Salt or Carol.
Or.
Yeah.
So Patricia Highsmith published this under a pseudonym. She published this in 1952.
I was shocked
That's
that it was
crazy.
actually published then.
Right? That's impressive.
Guys, I should have been a woman in 1952.
I think
Yeah.
you are a woman in 1950.
I could be her sitting at a table being cool. Actually,
Luke,
she's
what is
sad.
stopping you?
That's true. That's a good point.
There's an air of profound sadness among both of them,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to be Therese. Really badly. That's it for me.
Oh my god.
You have you started a video game.
Of course.
Did you play any more after I left?
Jones. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Spider-Man 2, which is really good, really good. I love how Kraven the Hunter's his goal is just, I have to hunt.
That's it.
It's all I know.
So I think when Venom comes in, I'm gonna love it
Mm.
because I assume it's gonna be like Teen Wolf season 3B. I assume
Exactly like that.
where Harry is gonna start being Venom instead of New Goblin, which is interesting.
Yes,
Right?
there is no Eddie Brock in it. Venom is attached to Harry, which is better. Well, it's it starts on him. Yeah.
Also, the gameplay is just really good. Like I can like it's just really good, and so I really like that game.
Well,
And-
Matt, Luke and I were. I have already played it because this was the one I took the day off when it released,
Oh, right.
and I played it for 13 hours. And I didn't even finish it in that time. It's a long game, but Luke and I we're just freaking out again because the first boss that you fight, the first scene, it's Miles and Peter facing
That's the-
Sandman. Like a gigantic Sandman, which is the end of Spider-Man 3, basically. So it's like,
Gigantic Sandman. Yes, my favorite part of this game is that you get to play as both. You get to play
Yes,
as
you
Peter
switch.
and Miles, and you switch, and it's so good. And I love both of them.
if anything,
love-
in the games, I like Miles a little bit more than Peter, to be honest. I like Miles a lot.
I love that Miles. It's like Miles, and then MJ will be on the phone with him, and he'll have
Yeah.
to start talking with her about
Mhm.
the mission because Peter's off doing his own stuff.
Yeah.
And MJ is in the control room with them.
That's fun.
It's really good. I'm glad you're
That's-
enjoying it.
Yes, very good. That is all for me.
You got a popcorn.
jelly.
Sorry, I want to point out where I said I want to be.
You can't popcorn for someone else.
I want to
I
be this
did.
beautiful woman here as I'm wearing a big stew.
Like midfielder.
A small Big Stew shirt.
Tiny.
All right, I'm gonna popcorn.
Crop
two.
that shit, Luke.
I'm gonna pop.
The shirt.
Ooh, yeah.
Crop the
I'm gonna-
shirt.
Crop it.
Like crop top. Cut the
Like,
bottom
cut
off.
off the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
Dude,
popcorn
I
you
need very
now.
clear directions.
I
for
saw
these
the
things.
gears turning.
I was like, what? You want me to grow this T-shirt? Crop
Who you popcorning to?
I
that guy right there. That guy right there.
That's not a good idea, because all of mine are
Nah.
the same as yours.
That guy right there. Matt.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. I will start with books because this is the fewest amount. I finished the Michael Crichton book Timeline, which ended up being a much more me book than I thought it was gonna be.
Nice.
It was history, like the 14th century knights history,
Oh.
but also quantum physics. I was like, okay.
It was like Quantum Leap at all?
Very nice.
I hope so. I like to imagine so.
Mm.
Any spot
Me
back to
having
the-
never seen Quantum Leap.
Fair.
It was fun. It's just a fun book. I also finished The Cure for the Curse, Mark. We're on
Yes.
the same wavelength.
Yes.
Gonna start in on the second book sometime this month, probably.
Nice.
And just the last day of the month, I finished the audiobook of Fairy Tale. So I was able to count it for my year.
How was that?
I finished 26 books. It was good. I started to lose my attention a little in the middle, which is
Yeah.
funny because like I liked the first half more than the second half, which I feel like more stuff happens in the second half. But I was more interested in like the setup and how we got there, which is interesting. But it was good. It was fun.
Mhm. You got 26 books, you said?
Yes.
Nice.
Wasn't that your goal too?
Yes, I ended up getting 27 just because
Nice.
I was able to finish Cure for the Curse in time.
Ooh.
Nice.
So shout out to Uncle Pat because he wrote a book that was small
Shout out.
enough for me to read quickly, and we love that.
We love
That's
that.
all around.
Props all around. But yeah, Mark, mine was 25, and I was content with just having that. It just so happened that I finished that one on the 31st, so I was like, oh hell yeah.
To be fair, the only reason mine
Um,
was 26 as a goal is because the way Storygraph works, it was like I finished one book, but I was already over halfway through, so it counted it for
Right.
the 2024. So
Right.
it was really 25. It was
Got it.
Luke,
Yeah,
how many
I
did you
just-
have?
30.
Nice.
Ooh.
I see.
Kelly, how many
Kelly,
did you
should we ask how many you had?
Yes.
get? I'm gonna say 10.
4.
Split the difference.
Split the difference. It's 6.
Oh.
My goal was 10.
Yeah, you got
I
close.
went back 2022, my senior year of high school. It's because I was in school
Hmm.
at this time. I read 22 books, which
Nice.
is crazy work
Wow.
for where I'm
That-
at now in my life. Where 6 is good for me.
Hey, there's
Oh.
for Kelly for 3 years before I started reading, it was all 0, and it was because I was reading it for 3 years. So
And then-
I realized that I love nonfiction,
really? What kind
oh,
of
you
nonfiction?
like nonfiction?
I did the
memoirs.
same
But like, yeah, like, because I read Car Sick by John Waters on my trip,
Mm.
and it's like that. All right, well, that's half fiction, half non.
Keep talking. I'll be right back. I need my water.
All right, go ahead, Matt.
I am now 2/3 of the way through the first Dark Tower book.
Awesome.
Which I have read before, but I wouldn't know that by how much I remember because it feels brand new to me. Yeah, I asked for the drawing of the 3 for Christmas, and Mark got it for me, and so I want to read the first one again. I'm glad I did because I was like I would be so lost.
Yes.
But it's chapter 1 is 99 pages, and I was like having a little trouble like
Really?
engaging. Yeah, there's only like a handful of chapters in the book.
It's only 3.
No, I'm on
Good
chapter 4
guess.
right now, I'm like 2/3 of the way through, so I don't know how many there are. Mark, I was talking about I'm 2/3 of the way through the Gunslinger.
Okay.
And I was saying that chapter 1 it's like 99 pages. I was having a little trouble engaging. As soon as Jake shows up in the
Yeah.
story,
Yep.
I feel like it gets way more interesting. And so like I'm like invested now.
Yes, for sure. I know you have a bunch of other books you're reading too.
Yeah.
Would suggest, if possible, once you're done with Gunslinger, just start
Yeah.
on Drawing of the Three, because even where I'm at in the series, if I read back to back, I'm like way into it. But since I didn't really like Wizarding Glass, like I just haven't touched it, even though I have 3 more. So
Right.
I would suggest like just hopping into it if possible, because it's also like I feel like it leads into it in that tone, but then that's where it starts like really picking up.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of what I was planning because I've read the Gunslinger before and then not continued, and I didn't remember anything about it, so I just need to keep going.
are you reading?
are there
Do you know if
7?
it's the revised version or not?
It is, yes.
The
It is the
revised.
revised.
The revised. I read the non-revised one, but the revised one, it makes like Roland's character more consistent because he's like much more of an asshole in the original, and then like in Drawing of the Three, he's like kind of an asshole, and then like by the 4th book, he's like just kind of grumpy, but like he's just like terrible in the first book when it's not.
We
Edited.
love a grumpy old
Because
man
he's
figure.
lonely before he meets his best friend.
Yes,
in the world, Eddie.
But when you read the forward for the revised, when you read the forward, he's very much like, I was trying to do that, but I wasn't experienced enough to do it well. So he's just kind of like seems almost like I hate this guy, and then it's like not really a redemption. He just like changes instead of like a
Mark, are there 7 or 8 books technically?
There's 7 of the main story, and then there's one that's 4.5 that he released like 7 years after he finished.
That's Wind Through the Keyhole, right?
Yes.
I was confused about where that fit.
They said do not. What I read online said don't read that read it after if you're gonna read it as like an epilogue. But it takes place then, but it's also a flashback, which is all of book 4. So if you read it as 4.5, then it's another book as a flashback, and they're just
Oh,
like
God.
you just want to get back into it after the way the Wasteland ends. You're just like
Right.
So they said do not read it that way. They liked it more when they finished, took a break, and then were like, I want to go back to that world. Then they read that.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. I was confused because Stephen King, even in that intro, said, "Oh yeah, there's 7 books," and I was like, "Isn't there an 8th one somewhere?"
It's because it's not part of like the main. Yeah.
He also wrote that forward before the 8th one came out. I think before he was even like considering writing it.
Yeah, it's just a different character's like, not origin, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to keep my momentum going for as long as I can.
Yeah, I need to get back into it, but because the new one, I gotta do Holly in the Stand because I really want to read that when it comes out. So
Oh, you can borrow Holly to my closet. Go searching.
I
Again with the
might,
closet.
but I also might want to buy it. We'll see.
Okay.
I'm trying to save money, so maybe I'll
Wait,
take you up on
actually, yeah, I need to go bring that to mom.
that. Okay,
I'm
do
actually
that.
gonna Bring that down. Yeah.
Do that. I'm gonna steal the Stand anyway, so you can do that.
Okay, that's it for reading. I'm gonna switch to movies now. A whopping 2.5 weeks ago, I watched Teen Wolf 2.
Yeah.
Definitely watched it on parts of it on 2 different days. Don't tell anybody. I do that.
I don't know
Too
why
often.
you would do that.
And I watched this movie called A Real Pain. You heard of it? Good movie.
Yes, yes, yes.
Katie and I watched a classic called Toy Story 2.
Mm.
Boy, let me tell you, everyone talks about Toy Stories 1 and 3, but Toy Story 2 cooks. It is a good-ass movie. I was having a fantastic time.
I would dare say the Toy Stories and the High School Musicals share the same way that their trilogies go.
Right. The first
Right,
one's
the
like Han
original,
Solo.
the iconic one, the underrated second,
Yeah.
the crazy third.
The third where you're like, oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Toy Story has a 4th movie.
I
High School Musical has a show, so.
And has Sharpay movie. Sharpay.
Eh,
Sorry,
yes.
Fabulous Adventure, but that's a
Thank you.
spin-off.
And then Katie and I went and saw Nosferatu in theaters.
Oh my god, I'm the only
And-
one.
Yeah.
Matt, how was the acting in Nosferatu? Did you have a
Aight.
favorite
It was
actress
aight.
in Lily Rose Depp?
Was she in that movie? I couldn't tell.
I want to
Oh
be
my
Ellen.
god, yeah.
I don't want to be
Really?
Ellen.
No, you do not want to be Ellen, but you
No, you
are.
I am Ellen.
Bill Skarsgård, crazy. He was like doing like Tibetan throat singing. It was crazy.
Yes. Yes.
Then Katie and I watched Mulan, probably partly inspired by a little story we read recently.
Oh, look.
Oh wow.
Without the genius of my writing, you guys wouldn't have watched Mulan.
It's so funny because it like kind of didn't even come about because of that. Katie said come up with an idea for like a movie marathon. So I came up with a couple ideas, and one of them was 90s Disney movies because she hasn't seen a lot of them. And so we just started with Mulan, and it ended up not being a marathon. We just watched Mulan.
Nice.
But it was really good. That's a good ass movie. I watched A Quiet Place day one finally.
Yes.
What'd you think?
Good movie. I think I like the other two more, but it's a nice, fun, like contained story.
Yes, for sure.
It's almost like a side quest in the world, and I'm like, this is a fun story.
Mhm.
Um,
I like the pizza place
Rock-
part.
the pizza place part was good. It had a good emotional core.
Mhm.
Like that movie had good feeling. And then I also watched Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Did you like it?
Finally, I really did like it. I had a great
I thought
time.
it was good. Yes.
Again, I don't think it's quite as strong as
Yeah.
the trilogy, but like that's one of the strongest trilogies in a long time. So it's like,
Yes.
again, a nice. This one's not a side quest. This is like important. This is the next stage. This is the next
Yeah.
evolution. But I liked it a lot. I ended up watching 16 of the 2024 movies, which
Nice.
is only like half of what Mark did. But from where I was,
But
just
I'm
2 months
unwell.
ago, that's a huge improvement.
You watched Alien.
Yes,
Did you already mention that last podcast?
I think I did.
Yeah,
Didn't I
we
talk
talked about-
Alien
yeah,
on
we
the
did.
list?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
I'm not
movie.
talking. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Katie and I watched Hereditary after that because I
Yeah.
keep talking about it, and then it was never available, and I was like, "Screw it, we're gonna rent it. We're watching
Nice.
Hereditary."
Speaking of some of the best acting I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that movie. I thought I had not seen it in 7 years almost, and I thought I was gonna be more prepared to handle my feelings with it, and I was not. I was like having bad vibes on the couch, crying a little bit.
The cup scene is so good.
Ugh.
It moves on its own.
I know. I mean, it's a really well done movie. It's great. It gives me bad feelings in my
Yeah.
stomach and my butt.
Yep.
What?
And
Yeah. You
Yes.
get it or you don't.
and then 2 days ago, Katie and I watched Luca Guadagnino's 2018 classic Suspiria.
my
Yes,
God.
Yes, I saw you gave it a heart.
It was
Yeah.
so fun. It was so weird. It was exactly as weird as I wanted it to be. I
I
think
just hate women.
It's true.
Die.
It
You know what?
does. It's pretty
I-
concerning.
I think it's because I knew how weird, like knew its reputation, so I was like, all right, let's get fucking weird, and it did not disappoint in that sense. I was trying to count the crash zooms because there
Yeah.
was a lot,
That's good.
but then I forgot to keep counting them. Dakota Johnson, really good in that. Tilda Swinton, good on 2 levels.
Multiple levels.
Let me just say, now, a little bit of a spoiler. As soon as that man came on screen, I said, "That's a face prosthetic. What is that?" And it took me until the end.
I didn't
Looking it up
notice.
after the movie, I was like, was that a person in old age makeup the whole movie? And then I was like, oh, Tilda Swinton plays.
It was
the guy.
Tilda.
Yeah.
You know who
That
does
made-
have old age makeup?
What? What?
Baby Billy.
Baby
Baby
Billy was the best old age makeup ever.
Certainly. What's so fun is that they have to de-age John Goodman, but they just have to take off the old age makeup for the flashbacks for the
Smart.
interludes
Smart.
for Walton.
Yeah, I liked Suspiria more than I thought I would. It's one of those movies Katie and I decided where we're really glad we watched it once. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel the need to watch it again anytime soon, but it was fun.
Have you seen the
I
original?
think
I haven't, but I
you
want
haven't.
to. No.
You should.
I
I
know,
think-
I do want to.
Yeah. I think my problem was I thought I was gonna really like it,
Okay.
And then it went on forever.
It was so long. I knew. Okay, we knew it was 2.5 hours, so I was like, just buckle up for the ride, baby. You know.
I think that was the
Uh,
first thing I've seen Mia Goth in, though, so that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I've never seen her in anything else.
No, the
Um,
first thing.
Earlier. Yeah, I got you. I understood as I was talking. Sorry. And
Yeah.
yeah. As soon as it said that it was set in Berlin in the 70s, I was like, okay. Well, I
Okay,
did not
yes,
know
yes,
that.
yes. So, Matt, when you do watch the original, keep in mind, nothing like it.
I didn't think it would be because I've seen clips from it and I was like, I don't know how this matches up.
Very
Um,
much, many artistic liberties were taken. But
Oh.
Luke is allowed.
I don't think I've seen a single Dario Argento movie. I just know him by reputation, so I'm a little scared, but in a good way. I will watch it.
We
What
like
about
sports music video.
Inferno.
Yorm Tony is wearing an Inferno T-shirt while watching
Yes.
Little League softball.
He is.
That's a good movie. That's a good short film.
Yes, very good.
We like sports.
We like
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, and one more thing for the movies. We Katie and I watched Annabelle Comes Home last
I've not
night.
seen that one.
That was the only Conjuring universe movie we hadn't seen. We'd even seen The Curse of La Llorona, which is not even really part of it.
You've
but
seen The
kinda.
Nun too?
Yeah, we saw it in theaters.
You're crazy.
It was
Pay
so
for
bad.
that.
You're
Not as
crazy.
bad as the Nun one.
That's what I heard.
Was it none your business?
Ooh, nice one, nice one. Don't really
Good one.
understand,
You're
but
the
good
first
one.
person to make that joke. Yeah, no, we were really bored with Annabelle Comes Home. Like really bored.
It's a weird movie. Like the whole vibe is extremely strange.
Vibe is strange. None of the things that were supposed to be scary were scary. It was just kind of like, okay. You had good actors in it, which is the weird part. But it still was like, okay, but yeah, this isn't scary though.
It's just like
Um,
it's a weird like side adventure, but from like a person from the main family, and it's still trying to play it off like it was a real true event. It's like, what the fuck is this?
I was trying to figure out when it took place in the timeline for like all the movie. I was like, is this The Conjuring 1.5? What is this?
I don't know. I have
when this
no
is when.
idea. No idea.
I don't know. Either way, yeah, we were just like, okay, probably wouldn't recommend that one.
Yeah. Creation's good.
Creation's good. I know
Creation's
it's
great.
like
Real good.
it has 3 good movies in that series, and the rest are like either unremarkable or really bad. It's
Yep.
not a good track record.
Nope.
Um,
Shout out to
Okay,
James Wan for
on-
creating it though.
any version he was like creatively involved with. Oh wait, never mind. He co-wrote the story, I think, for Annabelle Comes Home. Never mind. Shout out to him for creating it.
Maybe he only wrote the good parts.
Jack John.
That's it. He wrote the good parts. Okay. TV. Katie and I have been watching Drag Race.
Yes.
I told you that in person. You guys, this show is so fun. We keep trying to pick our favorites like at the beginning, and they usually get pretty far because we can suss out vibes pretty well. I think.
Uh-huh.
You could feel that person has the most money,
You're like, yeah,
so they
no,
can pay for the best outfit.
yeah, like it's the people who can make the best outfits. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. It's
It's pay to win.
the talented ones.
the talented ones. And it's really fun to pick the ones that we think we would like have fun hanging out with in real life. Because
Yeah.
there's quite a few people that it's like I respect the hell out of what you do. I
Yeah.
could not hang out with you in life.
And
You know?
usually I can tell that the ones that I want to hang out with in real life are not gonna win the season. Never in a
say
million years.
Because the person we like the most from this season has made it to the final 6 but has not gotten a win in a single challenge, and we're like, you're not gonna win, but we love
But
you.
I love you.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really been so fun. It's it's like the funniest reality competition show
yeah.
I've ever seen. Consistent, like really good jokes. I never knew how funny it really was. It's hilarious.
That's the
I'm
thing
wondering-
about Drag Race is that it's the one reality show that actually has talented people who deserve recognition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not only is the drag super talented, the
Yeah,
comedy, like their
exactly, they're
comedian most
witty,
time is
yeah.
crazy. I'm learning all the new slang, and I
Oh,
love
how
it.
fun!
I'm gonna be so annoying about it. I'm just gonna throw it out at the worst time.
You're gonna
Great.
You're
Please.
gonna hate.
Don't.
Uh,
Luke is getting excited.
No. I'm looking up something else.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna try to make a joke, but I couldn't remember the line.
Ah.
Sorry.
Acknowledge me.
Okay.
It has
What
to
else?
do with the practical jokes.
Okay.
That's the second smashing success reference I've made in this podcast alone.
Smashing success. What is?
That's the episode of Impractical Jokers.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for educating me. Katie and I just finished season 3 of Sunny. We've watched 2
Wow.
episodes of season 4.
Nice.
I want you guys to guess. I think we already told Luke. Who do you think Katie's 2 favorite people in the show are?
Charlie.
Luke, do you even remember?
I do.
Okay. And I want you guys all to guess who her least favorite is.
I say Charlie's one of the favorites.
Yes.
Is Frank's either a favorite or a least favorite?
No, he's not in this.
Neither?
Interesting.
Wait, wait. I hope Dennis is her least favorite.
It is.
And because I wanted either Mac or D to be the favorite. Is it
I'm gonna
Mac?
say Mac.
It's D.
D.
Oh.
Yes. Finally.
I will say though, a couple of times recently, Mac has really gotten her. Mac has said something I'm like, "Oh, I know you like that." Specifically, when he was being what was he Pussy Hands for the mob? Do you remember that?
I do. The gang gets whacked. Part 1 and 2.
Yes. He was over at the mob boss's house, and he goes, "Oh, I don't want to sleep with you. You're gross." When he said you're gross, I was like, "That was a good one for you."
That's incredible because also when D and Charlie get paired together, shit
Oh,
goes
so
down,
good.
and it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
We just watched the Manhunters episode. Is that the one where they
That's-
were trying to eat people?
Yes, the iconic
Yes.
cannibalism
Yes.
episode.
Mm-hmm. Those two paired together.
Yeah,
mm-mm,
it's so good.
it's really good. And then I happened to finish the first season of this little show called The X-Files.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
I know you
I
did just
like all your
because
stuff.
all of a sudden you were
wanted to
liking
see
all
what
of
you
my
would-
episode review.
I wanted to see what you had been saying about it, but I didn't want to get it spoiled, so now I can go back
Exactly.
and see it.
And there's so many
Yeah, you
spoilers.
didn't.
so much
He just
important
didn't care
stuff.
when you did it, Luke. So.
No,
So
you didn't.
here's the thing. I wanted to at least get to Beyond the Sea because Luke said I'd really like it, and he was correct.
Mwah.
But then The X-Files is one of those shows where you just gotta keep watching. Like I would like have so much
Exactly.
fun. It's like you got to get on a roll.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's a yeah.
I worked for a
Snowball.
second when I was watching the first half, and then I fell off
Yeah.
because a lot of crazy stuff was happening. But like this show has me gooped all the time. Can you guess the episode that made me cry recently? Like
Okay.
really cry. Where Katie
Man.
looked over at me and said,
Well,
"Are you
wait.
okay?"
Was it Roland? Because that
Roland,
one made
yeah.
me cry. Yeah.
Roland made me
That
cry.
one
The end
fucked
of it,
me up.
I was a mess.
Really good
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. So
I
I finally understood what you were saying
Yeah.
the other day, Kelly, where I was like, this episode feels very sympathetic, so I really don't understand people like the way they've been talking about it. Either way, I thought it was really well done. It had a good heart. The only thing I was like, don't do the Rain Man thing, but everything else was fine. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But that episode got me crying. I was I've been watching it, and every time the theme song comes on, no matter where we are, Katie and I have to like start dancing. Um,
The fact that the opening doesn't change and it's still consistent.
It doesn't
Government
change?
Denies knowledge.
Not until.
Well, sometimes the
a-
words change.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, trust no one.
Trust no one.
When that happened, I was like, "Why is it
Yeah.
different?" That was crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
The end of my god, yeah. The end of one is crazy.
it's okay. The end of
We won't
one,
spoil it for
insane.
Mark, but it's
I won't
insane.
spoil it, but it's crazy.
Don't worry,
I always
now that you
think,
said that he'll watch.
I'm gonna watch
well,
it.
I-
If
Crazy
Kelly thinks it's crazy, then I gotta watch it.
I will say a couple of notes. I was watching it, and I don't remember what happened, but Katie said, "God, this is such a Luke show." I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I take it as a compliment.
It really is. I was
Is
having
it?
such a fun time with it. But what was the other thing? Oh yeah, I always like try to mention. I was like, okay, is this like a a filler episode or is this like an actual
Yeah.
important episode? Because you can have good filler episodes, but I know
Yes.
it's a filler episode. Because then like EBE happens or like Erlenmeyer Flask, and it's like, oh, this is important. Okay.
But it's like
Okay, but
beyond in that logic, beyond the Caesar filler
Right.
episode.
yes, but it's an amazing filler
Yeah,
episode.
well,
Any
but I
episode that
actually-
doesn't have to do with the overall plot would be a filler
Exactly.
episode, which is majority of the season.
So
this is
yes. And also, you'll see that the overarching storyline makes less and less sense as it goes
Oh, yes.
on.
Oh yeah.
That it gets way too convoluted.
Okay, you know what? They brought up a Manitou in one of those episodes. Do you know what that is? It was like the Native American half werewolf.
yes,
thing.
yes, the shapes.
We saw a movie at the Loft called The Manitou, and so I was like, I know what that is. So I don't know. I felt like I had an in on that one. I was like, hell yeah.
It's interesting. Like almost all of my favorite episodes have nothing to do with the overarching storyline.
Yeah.
It's just like an episode that went
It's good
so
contained.
hard.
So
yeah.
hard.
People from Twin Peaks keep showing up, and I'm like,
Oh,
hey,
yes.
yeah.
Many people. And,
Michael
and
Hort?
David himself is in both.
Yeah.
This
He's
is true.
the
And that,
connecting.
when I had that realization, I was like, oh, duh. He's worked with these people before. Yeah, it's
Always an FBI agent.
always an
and
FBI
all-
agent.
Serving.
Always serving.
Always
The
serving.
gun on the thigh. Never forget.
Katie keeps mentioning how he always talks in a monotone.
He
I'm
does.
like,
I love
"Nuh-uh,
it.
He yells
No, he does.
sometimes, but he yells in a monotone, and it's great.
I notice it every episode and I love it so much. He
The
says
profound
everything
fear of
like in the
sadness.
same way. I really
Yeah.
love it.
I genuinely at the end of the last episode, I told Katie I think that someone is holding a gun to his head because he was talking so flat, and that was just the episode. I was like, oh, okay. I thought they were gonna pan over and see someone holding him hostage.
But it's just Mulder.
It's David Duchovny. It's the best.
Are you
And
in
that-
season 2?
No, I just
Okay.
finished season 1
You're about to
yesterday
get
night.
into a crazy scene.
Yeah, it's the best scene in the whole show. Is in
Really?
Little green man.
We have 2 Alien episodes in a row. What a treat.
You.
we have to know what
Sorry.
Luke?
happened. Yeah, he broke.
Actually, the second episode isn't in. Never mind. I know what you're talking about. I'm gonna stop talking.
It's
Sorry.
the end of
The
season 1 and the
hell?
beginning of season 2
Yeah,
are both
I thought
Alien.
you meant the first 2 episodes of season 2. But
Oh, okay.
I
No,
was wrong.
but you know what the second episode is.
What is
Tell
You'll
you.
see.
Oh, God.
Baby! You'll see.
Okay. I think that's it. Is that it?
Sick.
That's it. All right, Kelly, what have you been up to?
The same stuff that's already been talked about. So I don't know what I'm missing or what order any of this was in, but I watched all of Teen Wolf and then half of Teen Wolf 2. I had enough.
Okay, that's
Okay.
I've
fair.
seen them already.
Mhm.
I've seen both
Yes.
of them already. I know what happens and I had enough.
She,
I
Yeah.
had 3 weeks to finish Teen Wolf 2. Never did it.
I understand.
Listen, Teen Wolf, the original, we'll talk about it. Fucking masterpiece of a film.
it is. It's a masterclass in cinema.
Ooh.
Everyone should know that.
Teen Wolf 2 has some gold. My god, is it hard
Does
to sit
have
through.
gold. It is incredibly difficult to watch.
Yeah, I can't exactly put my
gold?
finger on like what makes it so hard to watch, but it really is hard to watch.
But it's
Okay.
got really great moments.
But there
guys.
is gold.
It's
There is
actually
gold
a great
in there.
movie.
Like as yes, okay. And then okay. I watched with all of you A Real Pain that we've all said.
Yep.
Now it's being said for the 4th time, but one of my favorite movies of the year. Surprise to no one. I love it. I love it so much. I love them, my boys. And then whatever we watched. Righteous
doesn't matter.
Gemstones, season 1, one of my favorite shows of all time. We watched Trail to Oregon. Finally showed Mark Trail to Oregon. Mark, favorite
Good.
song from Trail to Oregon?
I like Naked in a Lake a lot.
Wow. Luke said, well, other than When the World's at Stake, which
Well,
is like
When the World's at
legitimately
Stake-
beautiful written song.
Also, Dysentery World is like because it comes right after. I'm like,
the song that he wrote for himself.
yeah,
was
I'm kind of
Dysentery
keen
World.
towards Dysentery World just because it comes right
Um,
after the actually like beautifully written and performed song, and then comes out even more beautifully written and performed song, Dysentery World.
Dysentery World. I wanted to mention that Luke said that his two favorites were When the World's at Stake and Pays to Be an Animal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just the two sides of the coin.
One of my favorite
Um,
parts, surprisingly, is when the snake, because it was I don't know.
Really?
Your favorite part isn't Cornwallis?
It has to be that is the craziest. This guy had a vision.
He really did. And
He had a
executed
vision.
it perfectly.
Yes. Wow.
And
Wowza.
He put Joey Richard through the ringer to get it done.
Yeah.
Matt, this had a very limited cast, and Joey plays every character that isn't one of the mains.
Oh yeah, Joey.
Okay. So what else? What else do? Oh my God! None of you mentioned while we were writing your story, Matt, and maybe
Oh.
that influenced
We have multiple movies.
it. We watched On Mute Jingle All the Way, and let me tell you, On Mute, that's the best movie I've ever seen, and I cried.
She did cry.
twice.
She cried.
3 times.
Which part?
times. She cried.
She,
Kid.
When did you cry? Actually.
Well,
Well-
I cried at one part. I do remember crying when he gave Sinbad the
Yeah.
toy.
That was the third. That was the last one.
That was the last one.
I only saw you
think
cry
the
once because I
sec-
was cooking the other 2 times.
the
Oh my
sec-
gosh, he was cooking.
I think the second time was when he realized that he had to be the superhero for his son. No,
Yeah.
I cried because he didn't realize it was his dad.
God.
And then the first time was like way early in the movie. I don't remember why I cried. Anyway, I think that's a beautiful. I think that's a beautifully written movie on Mute.
That's a great review.
We also watched it much less, but Black Christmas was on while
was
writing
on,
your
was on.
story.
That was during chapter 5.
That was during chapter 5 and not Jingle All the Way, which is interesting. Well, because I couldn't write the rest of the story. I was too sucked in to Jingle
You were
All
too
the
sucked
Way.
in. I was burnt from cooking. Luke didn't even try some.
I had to
cooked.
step in. I had to step in. I had to step in
Kelly had to step in. So
to create chapter 5.
Luke, you cooked. Luke, you cooked, except for the Mulan part. The Mulan part pissed me off so much.
It
I just
is-
couldn't
it is
compliment
cooked.
anything else that you did.
I
But you
wrote
cooked.
I wrote one paragraph of chapter 5, and it's the only actual paragraph.
What do you mean? I finished it off.
That-
I
that's-
finished it. I had a
and then
vision.
again, my paragraph was that
You
it could be
can't
in
tell what
Palestine
I
or
wrote
it
of
wasn't.
chapter 5. Okay, and then look, what else did we watch? Stuff you've already mentioned. Oh my god,
No.
literally Wicked.
Wicked and Wizard of Oz, right? You guys watch?
We watched
Yes.
Wicked and The Wizard of Oz, and I love The Wizard of Oz so much. I love it. It's such a good movie, and it really was no miracle.
Wait till he puts them back on and then start.
I heard you. And
Ah!
freaking guy.
Ooh. Oh, I finished what we do.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
Shadows.
yeah.
What we do in the shadows. That's what we did.
We finished What We Do in the Shadows. Beautiful. You guys watched the alternative endings as well?
No, I did not.
I was with
Matt,
you.
you need to.
Okay, where are
Mark,
they?
I know
again?
you did. Just on Hulu. It's on the side. It just
right.
says extras. Really,
I
really
will watch
good. I love, but also interesting. It is technically open to interpretation because she did hypnotize the audience. So how much did happen and how much did we want to see happen?
Mhm.
What did you guys see? Is the question. Was it the same as
Exactly.
what I saw?
Well, you gotta watch the alternate ending. Anyway, okay, blah 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 blah. We watched the original Nosferatu. That's my guy.
Max Shrek, he's crazy.
The original Nosferatu He is me and I am him, and we are one. And I get him. He's a silly little guy, little rat guy. He's just hanging out. Can we watch the new one? Not my guy.
No.
Don't know what that guy was about. Fucking weirdo.
How is the acting?
Oh my god.
It was okay. I really liked the new one. It was really good. Everyone did such a good job. It looked crazy. I don't know how he filmed that movie, but it looked crazy.
It looked like it was filmed in 1800s Germany. It was crazy. It was like, whoa.
Rats. So many rats. It's really good, Mark. You should really watch it.
I need to, but Luke has to
It's kinda
go
weird
to
that you
Sonic
haven't
with
seen
me
it yet.
first, and then he has to take me to Nosferatu.
That yeah,
really
there's
good.
steps here. There's steps.
We have a
course.
plan. Luke just won't come up here, and then he was up here, and then he didn't even stay long enough for us to watch Sonic 1. So that's all I'm gonna say.
I had to go to IHOP.
He had to go to IHOP and didn't even bring me back a Philly cheesesteak. So.
Sorry about that. That's my bad.
Matt, you've
Yeah.
seen all 4 of his movies?
Yes.
You're gonna have to assign because Luke won't.
Shit. Okay.
It's hard, and I need to rewatch The Witch and The Lighthouse.
Oh man, this is tough. Okay.
Isn't
I
it?
think-
It's really hard.
I think Luke is the witch. No, he might be Nosferatu though.
That's the question. Is whether
They're
which
trouble.
one that focuses on women is Luke?
Am I the lighthouse or is Kelly the lighthouse?
Also a great
See-
question.
Mark, I think you get the Northman.
By default.
Like Alexander
That's fine, yeah.
Skarsgård in that is
Oh.
absolutely insane.
More
I watched part of it.
action, So
Yeah, it's crazy too. It's like an epic almost. It's like I think Hamlet was like loosely based on this like
Oh.
Viking myth that based on his character. So it's like Viking Hamlet is crazy.
so Matt, that's the question because
Yeah.
it's like Luke's either the Witch or Nosferatu. Matt, you're either the Lighthouse or Nosferatu.
And you're either the lighthouse
Nosferatu.
or the Nosferatu.
Actually, Wait, yeah. So Luke's the witch.
Luke, you get to be the witch.
Yeah.
Kelly, you get to be Nosferatu, and I'll be the lighthouse.
I think it's
You get it.
switched.
Okay, we can switch. You get to be the
You know
lighthouse.
what?
I'll be
It
Nosferatu.
doesn't matter. We're all of it.
We're all of it.
Anyway,
Fine.
that's it. I'm watching Dwayne Barry and Ascension, and I'm on the one that people hate that's assigned to me.
What are you
Of
watching?
X-Files.
These are season 2 of
Oh,
X-Files.
There's
I
an
haven't
arc.
been able. Yes.
There's a 4-episode arc.
And people, I'm on the episode of the third
And there's-
episode of the 4 that people hate.
There's a specific reason why it's not as good, but you'll have to see.
I'll get
But
there.
I haven't been able to watch a lot of X-Files because I've been sleeping at the other house. So, but I when I can, I watch X-Files.
That's a good show. Luke, why didn't you ever tell us it was a good show?
Stop
Oh my
talking.
god. I can't believe he watched it and just kept it to himself.
Shut your
He
drunk
tried to
mouth. Please-
gatekeep it for real.
For real, for
For
real. He told
real.
me, he actually told me it was bad.
Please stop talking.
Oh my god.
He said this guy just talks monotone and has like no acting skills. You shouldn't watch it.
He said one of the main characters is a woman. You shouldn't watch it.
The other one can't act.
Alien something.
I never said
The
this.
CGI is so bad. Like, don't even watch it, guys.
I hate you.
CGI. It's all practical, Mark. You didn't know this?
Well, that's not what Luke told me. So
Okay, Kelly, for you specifically, Titus Welliver in Darkness Falls. Hold on, bear with me. The Darkness Falls episode of X Files?
Yes, I'm with you.
Titus Welliver, the tree guy, the guy who was.
Yes. Yeah, I know the tree guy.
I saw your review because I was telling Katie, I was like, I recognize the name Titus Welliver because he's like a bigger named actor now. He was in Bosch, like all the Bosch stuff.
Mhm.
As soon as he came on screen, I was captivated. I was like, there is something.
No, I know.
This man's got it. Whatever it is, I was like sucked
Was
in.
it the mustache? Like
It was a mustache green
the
eye
little
combo, I
trees?
think.
Yeah.
It was mustache, green eyes, pants hiked up to here, but in like a cool
Yes!
way. Yeah.
kind of like morally, like not necessarily morally, but like just ambiguous in general.
He has his conviction, but he's just kind of like laissez-faire about it. He's like, I'm not gonna
Like
you know.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'll pour rice in your gas
I was-
tank, but like you're gonna thank me.
But I'll save you later.
Yeah. I'll try at least.
Yeah. Yes. No. Immediately. There's sometimes guest stars are in that show, and I'm like, whew.
You're like,
And
whoa, who
sometimes,
are you?
and sometimes I'm like, goddamn. Anyway, but also Mulder was creaming his jeans over him.
He really was. He just like was willing to trust him immediately. He's like,
He
okay.
was, you could tell he was as enamored with him as we were,
Yeah,
as the
yeah.
audience was.
Perfect casting.
Perfect. Also, that's a crazy name. The actor's actual name.
It's
Sick as
Titus
hell.
Welliver. I know, it's crazy.
Sick.
All right.
Mark, you
Are we
want to
ready
tell us
for
about Teen
Oh
Wolf
yeah, I
2?
just didn't. I didn't know if you had anything else.
I don't know, man.
Well, Luke and I also, I had never seen Teen Wolf 1 first. So, background. I've watched 3 seasons of this little show called MTV's Teen Wolf. Super fan. I'd call myself a super fan at this point. Advocate for Teen Wolf 3. Teen Wolf Season 3. Super fan. Teen Wolf Season 3, super fan.
You're saying it's bad.
Most of the time when you can hear me from your room, I'm just like, the fuck is this guy doing?
Luke, that has nothing to do with being a fan.
I can be
or
a super
not.
fan and
guess
think
that's
it's
true.
bad.
That's true.
Okay? Jesus, Luke. Gotta explain things to this guy.
Sorry.
Season 1 was bad. But I love it in a different way, okay? I love them all in different ways. I respect that Season 2 took some big swings and
And season
was
3
kind of strange. And Season 3
hit the
absolutely
whole
hit
time.
like Prince Fielder on your shirt. Absolutely, every single time. Every single thing that was happening was crazy.
I look like Mac.
You do.
Oh my god, your sweat stain.
Well, that's
So
gonna
that's
happen
into
regardless.
That must happen when the shirt's like all the way
Up and touching it, yeah.
I've been sweating more than usual. Like,
But Luke, that'll make you cross your arms just like Prince Fielder, so you can have the same pose as him if you stand like him. So we watched that. So my perception of who Styles is very different than what we
Not
get in
even
the
Scott.
movies. Well, it's very different than what
Okay,
you get in
Luke
Teen
and I-
Wolf 1, and that's very different than what you get in Teen Wolf 2.
Luke and I have a debate.
and Mark
okay.
agrees with Kelly. Mark agrees with Kelly because he said this
I
all
think Styles is much worse in the second movie as a person.
Yes, yes, yes.
I think he has a much more sinister energy.
He
about
he
him
doesn't
in
stay
the
consistent
second
with
one.
his own character because he wants Scott to not
he's-
Scott. He wants
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman to change, and he wants what to happen in the first one to happen, and he knows it.
Yes.
What happens in the first one happens because this is Fright Night 2, and the exact same thing happens,
Yes,
and then
yes,
he's like,
yes.
"We really need to stop this guy."
Yeah, he's like,
you
"I
knew this was
created
gonna
the
happen. It
monster."
happened in the first movie, and you wanted it to happen again. So you're.
Saw him
Oh
out.
my god, dude, at least stay consistent. Like, at least Styles in the first movie is like, I want this to happen, and he's making money, and he doesn't
yeah.
want it to change until the
No,
end. And he doesn't
exactly.
learn any lessons.
Exactly. See, because Styles number 1 was just like, my best friend's a werewolf. I might as well profit off
Yes.
of it.
Yes,
And
after
then
that.
he's just kind of like hanging out the rest of the movie. Styles in the second one, there's evil.
Yes.
There-
Yes.
There's evil in his eyes.
Yes.
He seeks this little boy out to profit off of him being a werewolf.
Hey,
Little
I
boy.
agree that there's evil there.
He
I
is
just
a
think
little
that
boy.
There's it might. I don't know if he's the sinisterness. I thought was a little bit equal in both.
No.
You thought? I don't think
You
he's
thought wrong.
sinister in the
You
first
thought wrong.
one.
Well, I don't even think he's sinister.
He's just
the
crazy.
wrong
He's
word.
just a crazy boy.
Silly in the first
Mark,
one.
I agree with you. I think in the second movie, he is a completely different character in the first half and second half of the
Yes.
movies. So it's a very hard to judge because I'm like, this is a different.
It's more the
character.
fact that he
He
just
is-
doesn't stay consistent that, like,
also-
was why I was mad at him.
He is way more calm in the second one compared to the first.
Yes.
Yes.
The first he
it's
can't go 5 minutes without
Scarier.
yelling
Well,
to the heavens.
now
Simmering below the
so
surface.
Dylan O'Brien's character is Styles. So he is like full of anxiety in the show. Like he's crazy, but like in a spaz type of way. He's like the definition of spaz. Like every time he just flails around when stuff comes running at him, and he's really good at it, and he's really good at running away, which is why he got booked for Maze Runner. I know the facts. I know the facts. It's because the way he runs away in this show, and he just spazzes around. And then I think about the trailer of Maze Runner, and like when he's running at something, and then he like flails to run back, and he falls over. That's what happens every scene of Teen Wolf, right? But not at all like Styles in the movie. Styles in the movie completely different. Scott completely different because Scott's an asshole in some parts of the movie. Some parts of the movie. I like
Now,
Scott.
I'm a
Oh,
Scott
yeah, okay.
apologist.
We love Scott.
I like Scott,
I am also a Scott.
but
apologist.
I don't know if he's just oblivious or just an asshole sometimes. You know, like, well, because the whole point is like he lets the ego take over or whatever. That's like
Yeah.
part of it. I don't know.
I think he's more. I think it's more a teenage boy who never had power who suddenly
Yeah.
gets power.
That's fair.
He's bound to be a little bit evil. Now Todd becomes a psychopath. when he
Todd?
turns into a wolf.
Has a talk about sinister. Let's talk about Todd.
Now, I will also be like interweaving with the first movie too, because I've never.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Matt. If you were gonna say something about Todd.
Oh, I wanted to say that I really respect how much Jason Bateman really didn't give a shit in some scenes.
Oh yes.
There were some scenes when he was supposed to be cocky where he was just like, whatever. It was like, you know what? Honestly, same. Did his dad produce this movie, by
Yeah.
the way?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Someone
I
with
was
the
like,
last name Bateman did.
yeah, I was like, okay, that makes sense. They were like, hey, will you be in this? And he was like, fine.
He's like, you look like a little wolf boy.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Okay. Yeah.
It is
But yeah,
crazy
right there.
that this movie is the same movie. Very Fright Night of it.
Yeah.
But it's like the three of us drink an energy drink and try to write Matt's story right when that energy drink is hitting, right? And then it's like we try to write that exact same story 5 hours later when it's wearing off, and we're just like, oh, and it's this exact same story, but no energy. No one cares about what's happening, but the exact same plot points happen, and it's not funny because it's not crazy. It's just boring.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is gold. there,
Yes.
guys.
Now, to be fair, Luke and I were laughing a lot, but in a different way. Like
It's hard.
Teen
it's
One,
a struggle.
Teen Wolf 1 is like surreal, and Teen Wolf 2 is like, well, it's surreal in a different way. It like kind of hurts to watch, but it's funny.
Yeah,
He's
I agree.
much more of an asshole. Todd is much more of an asshole and a sociopath for sure. Like you guys were
Which
saying.
is so funny. Like he's introduced.
Yes.
It's like the nicest guy.
Yes, but, like,
and it takes one turning of a werewolf. He becomes a sociopath.
Yes, and
He
like
tries to run someone over
so.
Yeah.
It's
just because he can.
this movie's confusing because they recast Styles, but they don't recast the other recurring
The other
characters.
thing, yeah.
But if you're gonna
mean,
recast
I'm sure-
Styles, why don't not recast Scott and just make another movie instead of like doing a whole nother thing and recasting Styles,
had
or
a
make it a
vision.
new friend?
They had a vision.
doesn't have to be
Styles
Styles.
was
But Styles
cool.
doesn't act like the other Styles. He doesn't act the same.
Well,
He does when he's
I
trying to
don't know.
suntan inside. Did you guys notice
I don't know,
that?
man.
I did notice that.
Okay, but Styles 1 at the party was like a lunatic. Like, what is this guy doing? And car surfing was insane.
yeah. This movie, the first one, it kind of pains to think of the damage that movie could have done.
Yep.
To teenagers.
Yes,
When
for
that
sure.
movie came out.
For sure.
But watching it now, it's
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 pretty sick.
crazy, yeah. Pretty sick. Pretty sick.
I saw that wolf surfing on that car, and I said, I want to be him.
Yes.
I said,
And I
that's the
was- yeah.
coolest guy I've ever seen.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say that I think part of the thing too, Michael J. Fox has this energy about him
Yes.
where he's just like got this charisma that like it's not that Jason
Yeah.
Bateman. I mean, Jason Bateman doesn't have it. He has a different kind of charisma,
Yeah.
but it's like
He does.
he was working at like 13% battery sometimes. Like,
That
I
was
can't
everyone
say
in this
no.
movie except for the dog in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
Bring back 5'4" heartthrobs.
Yeah,
Girl
yes,
exactly.
yeah.
heartthrobs
Short
need to
kings
be
out here.
5'4".
What's another one
And
besides
they need
Michael J?
they need
Tom
to
Cruise.
keep casting 5'4" actors to be basketball stars.
Elijah Wood.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
There you
He's
Yes.
5'4". Something.
Is he
around-
5'4"?
Charlie Day is close. They're close. I don't know. Anything like 5'6" and under.
What?
Bring back 5'4" heartthrobs. All I'm saying,
How?
Anyway.
We can all
Um,
benefit.
make them play basketball.
I hate.
You donk.
I hate the way they flirt with each other in this movie. In Teen Wolf 2. I hate when in movies the way that they flirt is just to whisper at each other constantly. And that's like all they do, and it drives me fucking crazy. Like, I hate that method of like in movies that's the way they flirt, is just like whispering to each other softly the entire fucking time they talk. And it's about like science nerd shit. I can't do it, guys. I
Nerd
can't do it. I can't do it. I'm like, oh.
Funny.
Why does she still like Todd after he was such an asshole? Like,
He's
you
vision
shouldn't like
bigger.
You shouldn't like this guy.
No,
Okay,
I
but
don't
he
like
does the
him.
thing that Luke really likes.
Um,
The was it the knocking?
Throws a frog at someone?
He walks up to the teacher's desk and goes, "Bup, bup, bup, bup,
Oh.
bup," and then
And-
zaps, and then pets the ferret.
yeah. That was smooth.
He also
Specifically, that scene was when I was talking about like Jason Bateman does not give a shit.
when he walked into his dorm and was like, "4,
That
1,
too.
you
Yeah.
guys studying? You want to go for a drive?" That's gold. Those are the
That's
golden
gold.
moments.
That was the best moment.
Oh my
Um,
god. Frog
there's
fight was
no
crazy
char-
too.
Frog fight was awesome.
Yeah.
I love a frog fight. When
They
the
were
teacher
alive.
was a werewolf and had her tail come
Crazy.
under her
Crazy.
face.
Oh, that was the biggest plot twist. That was the most energy
was-
I had. My heart only beat during that moment. I was just like dead other than that.
That is
And then that
perhaps
happened.
the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I will say
It
something
was
about
disgusting and
It was
vile.
it. Oh man, it got me so bad. I like jumped out of Luke's bed.
He did. He went,
I was sitting up against the wall. Ooh.
there was something about that teacher's whole look that made me think of the Lost Boys.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yes.
I think it's because was it Diane Weist in The Lost Boys has a similar haircut
Hmm.
or something. But
It's
I was like,
short.
you're
It's just a
but I
pixie.
think it's that and the outfit is similar too. I don't know. It was like in a good way. I was like, this give me Lost Boys vibes, and I like Lost Boys, so I like you. You know.
Yes, that's how it works.
But
That's
one
how I
thing
live my life.
this movie doesn't have going
Oh,
for it is
who-
there's no character named Boof, and I.
No
hate
character
Boof.
named Boof.
I fucking hate Boo.
yeah, Kelly
You know, I
hates
knew Kelly would hate Boof, and I had
I
no
don't
issues with her.
understand that though. I don't understand.
No
the hate
issues with
on
Boof, but I had a feeling Kelly would hate her.
I don't remember a single thing about Boof except her name was Boof.
Well, he says
See?
it every 5 seconds.
Yeah, he does.
I also hate the flirting in the second one, but I also find the flirting funny. I don't have a problem with the love interest in the second one, like at all, as a character. Her as a person.
Well,
actually.
well.
No. As a character, she could be better. No problem with her as a person. I have
No.
a personal problem with
With
Boo.
Boof. Guys,
Don't understand that.
this
Just
has
don't like her.
Teen Wolf 2 has the greatest montage of all time.
Oh yes, it does.
The studying.
Yeah,
Gotta go have sex. Studying.
Really-
The longest, and all it was books, and it cut like 4 times showing books and books, then randomly cuts to show sex to make it.
He read
interesting,
all of those
I
in
guess.
that one night.
But
It
it's
was
also-
crazy. How many textbooks did you read in one night?
I don't buy for a second that he ever wanted to be a veterinarian. Also, that was bullshit. He pulled that out of his ass.
That was crazy montage. Gotta respect that. So Teen Wolf 1, going back to 1 real quick. I love that Scott has a hair, well, his transforming, like he has a hair like this long hanging out of his chest, right? He just pulls it out, throws it in his locker. It cuts. We don't know how he reacts after that. He's driving and his ears are like,
Yeah.
he sees that they're like pointed and it's just like, oh, and then like
Does nothing.
doesn't question or anything and just continues to the party until later when he fully turns to the question. It's like, Scott, something's wrong. You need to tell
my
somebody
God.
something's happening. And he just like
But he's
the fact that
he's a chill guy.
okay, but like say you think your eyes are playing a trick on you with the ears. You pulled that hair out and you decided to just throw it in the locker and not go like tell.
Puberty. Well,
I
you
guess
know,
that long it wasn't there that
it's
morning.
puberty.
I saw a review that talked about how they made the makeup somehow worse, like uglier than the first one. It's like I agree with that. Like something with Jason Bateman's like it's the same, but it just like looks
Although I
worse.
feel like he looks more like a wolf.
I can agree with that. I can agree
They
with
look
that.
less like a teen wolf, if you know.
Yeah.
More just like
yeah.
a wolf.
Yeah.
But Mark, I think you raised a good question about how, not even question, but it was semi-gradual, with Scott.
Yeah.
With Todd. Ooh, it hit him like a train. Just randomly in a boxing
Yeah,
match.
I love.
He
Yeah.
jumps up and fully is a werewolf.
Yep.
You know what? Love the love any sort of representation of a late bloomer. So
Yeah.
gotta say, good movie.
Good movie.
So, I'm sorry if someone's gonna say something. Matt, we're
No, go
gonna
ahead.
okay. With the MTV show, right? They choose lacrosse. They're all three different sports. They choose lacrosse, which I honestly think makes sense with the way that they're trying to present the show of like being, well, quote unquote serious, of like it being like not campy. Because it also like
Lacrosse
it also
is serious.
they have a mask on, so when stuff happens they can't really see it, so it's kind of like that makes sense to choose something like that if you're going down that route, right? I just love that it's not like the bad sequel weird spinoff. It's just the first movie. They choose basketball, and I thought I saw the end of this movie when I was younger, and I was wrong. I guess it was the middle, because I thought he only turned into a wolf in front of everyone at the end, and it was like he was hiding it all movie. I thought that's what this movie was about. So when he just like changes mid-game, mid-movie, my mind was like blown. It was not at all what I thought this movie was my entire life, and was like, oh shit, he becomes popular. Like I thought it was like how he hides it in the show. It like blew my mind, because he's just like the best way to handle the situation. He realizes his turn, and he just keeps dribbling, and then he just absolutely just dunks on them. It's like, what are you supposed to do other than just enjoy what you're seeing on the court? Like, what are you supposed to do? He's not hurting anyone. Like,
God,
the
that
best way to
basketball
handle the
scene-
situation.
That basketball scene at the end,
so good.
longest
So
time of
fucking
my
long.
life.
So long. And no wolf
Yeah.
talk at.
The boxing match at the end of Team Wolf 2, I think, is long.
Holy
Oh,
fucking
Lord.
shit.
So long.
That was Rocky 3 levels long.
Yes.
That might have been longer.
In Rocky 3,
I
I,
wouldn't-
agree.
Guys, I learned something from Letterboxd that made me respect Teen Wolf 2 so much more. Not only do they use 2 Oingo Boingo songs
Yes, they do.
to back,
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
back, it's
Love
so
that.
good.
Love that.
That's awesome.
Um,
I also need Todd's outfits.
Oh,
I
that
need his
great.
fits.
You want to be Todd, is what
I
I'm hearing.
What a
do.
bee Todd,
Or you
yeah.
are Todd. You just
I
are Todd.
am.
You know how much of a nuisance you have to be that as soon as you step foot in the librarian's like, no, get out of here.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
but like they were so mean to him. They put fleas on him. That was actually crazy.
that was crazy. Yeah.
Fucked up. Also, what the fuck was in that big ass dog bowl? When he went to his door, there was like
Oh, I don't know. It was gross.
something
Yeah.
bad.
Something had burned. It was gross.
Real quick on the sports, choosing boxing for the third.
That's sick.
Okay, not what I was gonna say, but I might agree with you. Well, sorry, second. In my head, it was the third because the third one I saw. But as a third sport, I meant like there's 3 different
Yeah.
sports.
It's weird.
I feel like that's just the strangest one for this. But I don't understand why, because it should be like
How
You think
boring
basketball.
would it be if it was baseball?
yes.
Oh, God, do you imagine him
Agreed.
just like
Well, he would like wolf like all 4s around the bases. That would be cool to see.
that would be
But
pretty
like,
fun.
why would that necessarily help him play
He has
baseball?
to
Faster,
jump
he'd go
and have balls
fast.
in his mouth.
He go fast. He have strength. Hit ball out of park.
I think.
But
it's
how's
funny
it help
when
him
they're
with
like,
basketball? With like,
What's the second sport? They just punch each other a lot.
yeah, you would think it'd be
wanna see
like
one
baseball
beat someone
or
up with his
soccer
fists.
or football. Like you'd think it'd be one of those, but no.
College.
Soccer.
Like for college too, I think I would expect.
Yeah,
football,
soccer.
If you're
Yeah,
in
you'd be-
basketball, if
Oh,
you
yeah,
want the
no,
school.
So I gotta respect
Yeah,
that it's
Football's the
boxing.
logical choice.
I also did not know that this movie. I didn't know what the sport was beforehand. Because the poster I saw was not the one that's on Letterboxd with the. It was just his face, smiling or something, and turning into a wolf. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was boxing either, Mark.
Yeah, so that was jarring, and also it was so even that was boring at the end.
If
I
he
liked
hit
when he was a
one person,
menace.
It would have saved this movie.
That's true.
Yeah.
I liked when he was a menace and he drove the guy off the road trying to kill him.
Yeah.
I
That
liked-
was interesting.
I liked that he could sing, and
Oh,
Oh, that was
The
crazy.
sequence that you could see wires.
and then when he jumped up onto the
Yes.
railing.
Jumped up on the railing, the reverse
Very
shot of.
clearly in reverse.
Yeah, I love that.
That was good.
You had to rewind that. I missed that, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I was probably hitting the pillow or something.
he was busy hitting the pillow.
That's what you usually do when you watch
Sounds
stuff.
like a euphemism for something.
Nope. It's just me punching Luke's pillow.
How did they get John Aston to be in this movie?
Oh
He
yeah,
was-
that's
like,
crazy.
You all know John Aston?
Who?
Oh yeah, of course. That
He
sounded
was the,
sarcastic. I do know. Who
he was the dean. He's Gomez Adams from the Adams
Oh
Family, but he's
my
also
God.
John Aston's dad. Or Sean
He
Aston's
was
dad.
crazy.
Yeah, he's our Lord and Savior Sam Gamgee's father.
Mhm.
So I don't know how they got him for this movie because it seemed like this movie was made to launder money. But-
So true.
It was definitely. I think was it yours? Someone's review said something about a tax write-off. It was that.
yeah, that's right.
It was
Yeah,
that.
It was like for sure a tax scheme.
It was. It was the same thing. It was the exact same thing with no charm. Well, no, I take that back. More charm in a different way.
And it says produced by Bateman, starring a Bateman. I was like, this was a tax scheme. What are they doing?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you.
I'm just like, you just gotta put it out. We gotta take the hit. It's fine.
Like, what can you do though? So you know.
Yeah, I mean, like they had the same actor. Like, okay, so the coach has the same name as the coach in the show. Again, acts completely different. He does not care in either one of these movies, but he's insane in the show. Basically, the coach in the show acts like Styles in the first movie.
Oh,
He's insane.
What?
He's like crazy. Yeah.
They kept the name Scott and Styles, but they changed Boof to Allison. No wonder she's boring as fuck.
Boring. I need a boof.
Huh? What the?
You hate Oof.
I hate both of. I'm allowed to hate both women.
Yeah.
All women are different, and I'm allowed to hate both of them.
Suspiria, and then this.
Yeah.
What's
What's the big
going?
idea?
It's a joke.
Something that the show took from both these movies is the red eyes.
Oh, that's good.
But they only get the red eyes when they turn into an alpha in the show.
Cillian Murphy?
It's blue eyes if they're a beta. If they're
No.
if they're
You
a
need
beta,
to
they're
stop
blue.
talking right now. You need to stop. You need to.
That's I'm
stop.
telling you
need
what
to-
the
I'm
plot lines
calling you
are
out.
of the show.
You
It's
telling
yellow if they're an omega.
Stop. You need to stop.
Scott is a true alpha, so he has red eyes without having to kill the alpha. Scott's a true alpha. Okay? I love Scott in the show. I love Tyler Posey. Now. I do now. I love him in season 3. He's like Harry Potter in season 3. He's so Harry Potter. You guys don't even know.
Potter.
He's so Harry Potter. All he does is just try to save his friends all the time. And he like because he doesn't care about Allison anymore, he does as a friend now, whatever. Like everything's about saving his friends, and that's so Harry Potter-esque.
It looks like he doesn't care enough. Am I right? Because she's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, he didn't even try. She technically saved all of them, but whatever. I liked Isaac. Her other guy interest friend. When Scott does it in this movie, in Teen Wolf 1, the red eyes to get the alcohol, good scene, right? When Todd does it and has the deep voice at the to change his schedule, crazy, and his forehead's like shifting, like it's like crinkling and like, what the fuck is happening? It's just again, it's the same scene in a different way, but it's like not funny in the way they're trying to make it funny. I don't know. This is a good movie, guys. I like that it's the same coach now teaching boxing into college.
He somehow got
I also
hired
don't
at
trust that
college.
man.
No, you shouldn't.
I love in the first one where he's like, "Oh, come in," I'm eating KFC. And then
That was-
when he actually wants to talk, he's like, oh no, I'm busy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm in. I'm eating KFC.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what happens. What else happens in this movie? Because his fedora's great. Fedora's great.
That was
I love it.
full wolf form wearing a fedora. You know what? Cinematic masterpiece, the frisbee scene.
Yes, that was great.
Yes. Yes.
The boxing scene is so fucking long. I'm looking right now. It's like almost 16 minutes. That's crazy.
Fill the space.
That's crazy. Well, that's why, like, also, the first movie again seemed like people were, everything was like, go, 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 go. They're surfing on cars. They're at a crazy party. People are rolling around on whipped cream. Something crazy happened. Something crazy happened. He's
That
doing,
party
party was not,
needed to be shut down.
yes, rancid vibes at that party.
The house needed to be burned down.
Yes.
Yes.
It just seemed like something crazy continuously happened, especially because, like, when it was basketball, it was fun to watch. But
Yeah.
it's the opposite. In Teen Wolf 2, I almost prefer when he's not boxing as a werewolf because it's not interesting to watch.
I agree.
Yeah, the best part is when he's just
I would
evil
rather.
as
I
a
Yes,
werewolf.
yes, when he's evil, running people off the road.
And when he's studying.
Yes, studying. Yes, that's part of the movie. Great montage. Great use of a montage. They knew what they were
I
doing.
love the use of the montage in that scene.
I want to know your guys' feelings about the most tense game of mini golf ever, where they just
That scene's
scoop
good.
in and
That
just
scene's really good.
just grab the women and then walk away. Essentially, like what was that?
Now, Matt, how far did you make it the first time you watched it?
I don't remember. It wasn't that
4
I
minutes.
watched.
Did you get to the party scene where he reversed backwards?
No, that was definitely like as I
Okay, so not even
continued. I was
halfway.
barely
Okay.
in. I was like, I think I was like 30 minutes in. I think
Yeah.
I was like half an hour in. So I got most of the goods in that second sitting.
Well, the dean also gives him a Porsche.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
don't know what that.
What's
guy's
going
problem
on?
I don't.
What
I
is
don't know
happening?
what's going
And
on.
also, the dog is like tamed. Like the dog
Yes.
hated, but the dog was cool with him. Wait, did the dog never hated him? He hated the coach, but he was cool with him because he's a wolf.
I
He
think you got
realized
it.
who the alpha was. Am I right, guys?
Yes. See, the red eyes. Look, let me tell you about the eyes. There's orange eyes now, which are different than the yellow eyes. I don't remember what they signify, if I'm being completely honest with you. But there's something else.
That would be the C.
No Charlies.
Earth Echo.
There's no echoes. It's something else. It's like some other creature, I think. There's a character who was actually a coyote instead of a wolf. But they were a coyote for like, they turn into coyote and they never turn back because they were a child when they turn, and they turned her back, so she like is reintegrating into society. Pretty elf-esque, but she's just really rude to people because she's just like would leave people to die because as a coyote that's what she'd do. So it's pretty funny because Styles is trying to like teach her how to be a compassionate human being.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, cause she likes Styles, and he's like trying to help her because she's just like very rude to people, and I'm enjoying it so far. She's a new character. They have 2 new characters now because Allison left and Isaac left, so they have 2 new characters, and they're both interesting to me. So, but the eyes, Luke, Scott. I think you would like Scott in season 3, Luke. Well, at the end of season 2, where it's like he just becomes the alpha because he just does pure good decisions, and even if he has to do a bad thing, it's for the right reasons no matter what. Which some people could say is a boring character trait. I say it's a Harry Potter character trait, and it's like fun to watch someone just like try their best to save their friends at any cost and would put himself on the line for him and like never questions it. It's like, wow, that guy's brave. That's me to Scott all the time.
Is Styles like a true alpha, but like human edition?
Styles is like Jesus Christ. Like, Styles is the best friend anyone has ever had for anyone. He told him he was a werewolf, and immediately he was like, I'm gonna... And then, like, the first time he was changing, he was like, I'm gonna be a full wolf. I'm gonna need you to, like, get away from me. I want you to be safe. And he's like, no, I'm staying with you tonight. I'm going to chain you up. No matter what, I'm with you. Styles is too good of a friend. Like, way too good of a friend in season 1 and 2, because Scott does not return it to him. In season 3, he returns it to him.
Literally, Styles is the Alpha and the Omega, because that's what Jesus says in the Bible.
Yes, he's the Alpha, the Omega, not the Beta. He could not be a
I
Beta.
don't understand what an Omega is, because Omega means the end.
Omega is Lone Wolf.
Like the final. Is that what it's
No,
supposed to mean?
no,
when,
it's
the
like
final-
they're not in a pack. If you're in a pack,
Okay,
if you're in a pack, you're a Beta with blue eyes underneath an Alpha with red eyes. So you're it happens in Vampire Diaries too, where you're like sired to them and you're in their pack. If you break off from the pack and you're by yourself, then you're an Omega. So like then your eyes change to yellow, and you're just a lone wolf. So if you're a lone wolf, you don't go with any pack. You have yellow eyes. Okay, your eyes do change colors because you can become an alpha and turn to red eyes. Okay, so it's very important that you keep this context, right?
Right.
Now, there was a pack of all alphas.
How does that even work?
They were all alphas of different packs. They killed their own packs, and they grouped together to go wreak havoc. So they all have red eyes, and I believe it was the leader of them who had orange eyes, now that I think about it.
So he was like Alpha.
He was like,
Doll.
not true alpha, because that's Scott's a true alpha, but he was like Alpha 2. He was like ultra alpha, and he had orange eyes. He was a pretty good actor. I'm done, Kelly. I'm done.
That was pretty good. That was a good recap.
I understand now.
Yeah, see, like, there's a lot of context behind everything that happens. And good reason for it all.
I don't know if I have more to say on Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf 2.
I
Yeah,
do.
Let's hear it.
Giles is wearing Mac's shirt in the first one.
What are you looking at, Dick Nose?
Yes, he is.
Did you know that Styles directed that episode of Sunny that he wears that in?
He did?
Well,
This
it's
Styles?
all coming together.
Styles 2?
Styles
no.
1. Jerry
Oh,
Levine.
one.
So Styles 1 shirt,
That's
sorry.
cool. Yes,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah, Jerry Levine became mostly a director after that and directed
Oh.
some of Sunny.
That's
yeah.
really cool.
That's sick.
yeah.
Need his shirts.
I also
I know.
like the one that's obnoxious, the movie.
Yeah,
You both
that's
like
a
that
good
one.
You know who would wear that? Chad from High School Musical. He would definitely
he
wear that.
would.
Yeah,
Yes.
he would.
Need
Mm.
Chad's shirts.
Need his shirt that says "I come with my own background music." Need it. I need it bad.
That.
I need his 3 watches that he wears and his
Yes.
really terrible brown shoes. I need.
The three
Chad,
watches, the three watches.
the kids miss you, Chad. Come back to us.
I currently have both movies playing and flipping between tabs to see if anything interesting is happening, and nothing in either one. So I think I'm good.
Time to end
Okay.
it.
This
Let me
is
tell you, Teen Wolf.
good. It's fun.
Teen Wolf, both of them are movies that I think everyone should watch at least once. It's an experience. You have to be like, you got to experience it. You got.
What a beautiful, compelling concept. What if
Yeah.
there was
Yes.
a teen who
What
was
if?
also a wolf?
And he became
know what
popular
I
for it and
enjoy?
not bullied.
You know what I enjoy?
Yeah.
Well, of course. Why would he be bullied?
That's what I thought this movie was about.
What I enjoy is that, well, also what makes the movie much more boring, but much more funny, is
Yeah.
not that he was attacked by a werewolf and turned into a wolf, it's that it's hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just a wolf.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Who didn't think to inform him
Yes.
It's
beforehand.
almost
It skips genes
it's like
sometimes.
Carrie. It's like Carrie. It's like, why didn't you
Yeah.
warn me this was gonna happen?
And why did they leave him with the Dursleys?
Yeah.
There must have been a better option.
Love that
Hey,
guy.
What are
Love
they
Harry Potter.
doing? Yeah, I love Harry Potter. What a good character.
That's our final.
Monty.
I will say because real quick, because I thought that the theme of this movie was different. I thought he was getting bullied and he had to embrace his wolf side. It was pretty crazy to me that it was the opposite, that the wolf side was so cool and popular, they had embraced as a loser human side. So that was pretty crazy. And what was crazier was that it was the exact same lesson in the next movie.
Ultimately worse.
But they like
They shocked the
the
world with that one.
loser.
They shocked the world with that one.
That was crazy. I thought it was gonna be the opposite of like if you're gonna do a sequel to this, might as well do it like I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be a wolf. Like that's weird. And then no, they just do the exact same thing, the exact same plot points to get there. He has to do the last sporting match by his human self because it's the exact same movie. Why not do it the opposite way to show like the other side? But I guess then it cancels out the meaning of it. Maybe don't make a sequel to this movie. Just leave it alone.
We should
They-
But make a Teen Wolf 3 now
yeah.
with Tyler Posey. Not canon with the TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? Both Michael J. Fox and Jason Bateman should be in it.
Ooh! Jason Bateman should play
add
Styles.
characters.
Oh,
Yes.
I was thinking Styles. Jason
and
Bateman
then both
playing
Styles.
young Styles.
Both Styles from the movies are in it.
Yes.
Yes.
And they alternate who plays Styles in each scene.
Ooh! Guys, I think we're
Each
onto
shot,
something.
Yeah,
each
wait. In this
Shot
universe,
reverse.
actually, in the Teen Wolf universe, Styles is actually two different people
Yes.
who are both named Styles.
Yes, and they somehow share a consciousness because of the way they're like
Yeah.
talking, but they're not the same person. I promise you.
Exactly.
I promise you, they're not trying to because they have recurring characters of the same cast, so it can't be. Somehow he knows what the other Styles is thinking, but we're not going to get into that. To be fair, Styles is because of his last name, not because of his first name. So
Are you sure?
in this movie too, they say Stilinski.
Zelensky.
In one of the
Yeah.
movies, they say Stilinski, which is in the show too.
What is his first name?
They don't
It's
say it. They also don't say it, at least in the first 3 seasons of Teen Wolf. But apparently they eventually say it. Someone was not able to pronounce it, so they just kept calling him Styles.
They just call him Styles Stalinsky on here. Hold on.
Yes. Wait, you can't tell me what it is in the show. I don't want to know what it is.
And then that's his last name.
I can't know what it is. If it's
Oh
just for the show,
my God.
don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Well,
Don't-
I have the wiki fandom from
Yes.
the movie.
But what if it's the same? Then I still
Okay,
I
well,
gotta.
I won't tell you. I won't tell you.
I'll tell you guys when I get there. I'll keep updating you, and I'll keep updating you about who's an alpha and who's an omega.
Here's a picture of this guy. Look at that.
Yeah.
You don't like Styles number one,
Like Styles. I like Styles.
Funny.
especially the garage scene.
Especially the garage.
Really good scene.
Nothing
Oh yes, yes.
That's a good scene.
That was crazy. I can't believe they dropped it. I could.
Oh no.
I could.
Multiple
Oh, I
times.
believe it.
I've seen Monster Squad. Nothing surprises me anymore.
That's a good movie.
The first was it the first scene? At least the first 10 minutes.
No.
Yeah, huh? Yeah. Huh?
Of the little kids. Yes.
Yes, the little kids in the first. Yep. I don't think I have anything else. These are good movies. I love that they inspired such a beautiful season 3 of a TV show decades later. I love the fact that they just immediately were like, this is. It's like they're intentionally making camp in the first movie, where it's like he's just popular, and it's like, I feel like it is like the way they. It's like I feel like they just were going for something crazy, and you know what, they hit out of the park.
Found something.
I gotta say, they hit out of the park.
They cooked it.
They hit it. They cooked it so well that they just had to do it again. I guess.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
You know what? I think that cooked too.
They left out the butter.
Yeah, they left out a lot of
Too straight
ingredients.
to butter.
They tried. It's just like a copy paste. It's like copy paste, just delete certain things. Make
Yeah.
Chat GPT write it.
You know what I think it is? I think the first movie didn't do at all what it was trying to do, but what it ended up with was like funnier and better.
Hmm.
So when they tried to recreate it for the second movie, it like felt way too processed. It's like no,
Yeah.
no,
You know
don't do
who's an underrated character in the first one?
Boof.
Boof. Yeah, I love that.
Name one quality of Boof.
Oh, that's
Boof.
so
She
accurate.
likes Todd. Not even Todd.
Kelly,
Not
God.
even.
Kelly, this is Kelly. Love this picture.
That's Teen Wolf.
This Teen Wolf. That's why I love Teen Wolf so
Oh,
much.
yes,
That's
yes,
Teen
yes.
Wolf. No.
That's me with.
underrated-
That's me every time I watch a scene from Teen Wolf season 3. Just like,
Underrated.
So good.
Character in the first one is the overly dedicated and kind of mean theater teacher. Oh,
Yes.
Ah, yes.
overly dedicated.
Very good.
Always in a turtleneck.
He's
and a
actually on my
fleece
screen
coat.
right now.
Yeah.
And he's mad at him for not being the wolf.
Also, what play were they doing? Cause that felt like the play that they do in Sharp Objects.
Okay, so
oh no.
I'm an hour 15 into Teen Wolf 1 and an hour into Teen Wolf 2. Teen Wolf 1, theater teachers being mean for him not being Teen Wolf. And in Teen Wolf 2, Jason Bateman's being an absolute asshole to Styles in his dorm room. An absolute asshole, and he's smirking in his face, crossing his arms. It's crazy. Styles just walked away because he doesn't like this change, even though he was the one who prompted it and begged for it to happen, even though he knew exactly what was going to happen, because he has the same shared consciousness. So I don't know what the implications are, and I don't want to know.
I don't think we are meant to know.
Is it the
That's
same
okay.
Styles? Why is it... Whatever.
I love Scott. That's all we have to take away.
This
Scott.
has the
I
worst
love Michael J.
boxing
Fox.
that I've ever seen in a movie, I think.
Whoa,
I like
whoa,
Michael J.
whoa.
Scott.
Jay Scott?
Yeah, I call him Michael J.
Michael J. Scott.
Michael J. Scott. I don't got anything else. Boof's underrated.
Ooh.
I can't do this.
Luke?
That's it. That's all I got.
Luke? You? Okay. Kelly?
Good.
All right, let me pull up my tier list. Before
Right,
I pull
we're
it up.
just ranking Teen Wolf 2.
Yes, I was just talking about Teen Wolf 1, but Teen Wolf 2 is the only one here.
Right. Right.
I
wait,
love the way Styles dresses in the first one. Not just his shirt. Why are his pants so red?
You know what?
Why he
I
just
feel-
like that? He's
I feel
allowed
like-
to say whatever he said in that garage.
Okay.
He gets unlimited pass.
It's not just
Oh.
a pass. It's the God-given pass.
His sense of style reminds me of reminds me
Nice one.
of Val Kilmer in Real Genius.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good thing because I
Yeah.
tried to dress like that for a second in high school. I wore his shirt that said "I heart toxic waste." I had that shirt when I was in high school, and I loved to wear it, and nobody got it. You know what? That's
It's
okay.
a good shirt regardless. That's
Yeah.
a good shirt regardless.
Yes.
It was way too tight for me, and I wore it anyway. And
Like
the
this?
armpits got really gray. It was really gross. I had to throw it away.
Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You better make those armpits nasty on that thing.
Oh, he's working on it.
Is Scott's mom dead in the first one, or is she just not there?
Unclear.
I assumed. Actually, I don't know what I assumed. There wasn't.
I felt
any-
like there was one line where it implied that she was dead.
That's what I thought.
But like, love to see a movie where dead mom and they're finally not moping about it.
Finally.
You
Oh,
said
God.
it.
And even
You-
if he's
Finally
dead,
somebody
it's
says
cool
it.
that he just had a single dad, and even though his
Yeah.
dad didn't tell him he was a werewolf, he was cool and they were all chill about.
Are werewolves? Do werewolves reproduce asexually? Is there even a mother in the picture?
How did they
just,
get
like,
this?
I don't
out?
think that.
So how did it
Just
become
comes out.
hereditary?
I don't know. Is
Since
the
mom
beginning of
also a
time.
werewolf?
There's
Wait,
no way.
because the principal in the first one liked his mom apparently.
Okay, so there is a mom.
The way
And
that they
or
talk about
was.
the mom makes it sound like she's dead.
Yes.
Yes.
How about in the first one? Sorry, because it's on my screen now. Because Team Wolf 2 finished. Styles wanted Scott to hold up the liquor store.
Correct. And that's why.
But he was like,
that.
you can't get in trouble because it's a fake gun.
And that's how that works. Nobody's ever gotten in
Also,
trouble.
I can't believe I haven't even mentioned him. Holy
Who?
shit. Styles' brother? Why was he there?
Where was he in the
Yeah.
second movie? Yeah.
Oh
Underrated character. Zero impact on the plot.
I
but
totally
it's
forgot
so
he
funny.
even existed.
Well, because he got really scared of Scott when Scott was a werewolf. And there was like a weird moment where Scott was like, he doesn't want to see me, does he? He's scared of me.
Oh,
And Scott was
yeah.
like, got super quiet and then was like, come on, let's surf on the car. Like,
Guys, these are good
zero
movies.
impact on the plot, but I love him.
These are great flicks.
great flicks.
You can't get this anywhere else. Yeah, I got it open.
You got it pulled up.
Yeah.
All right,
Lewis.
let's see where to put
Who
this
was
back.
first?
The
Okay. Luke, where do you put this?
I would put it
That's a good
sadly
poster.
in
No.
It's a bad poster?
Pukes.
I like
I
this
said
poster.
It's a great
Oh,
poster.
okay.
Yeah,
That
that's
is a
what-
great poster.
I would put it there.
Kelly Pukes.
You would curse it, yes.
Okay. Was it Matt next?
I put it there also because this movie made me laugh at it, but it still made me laugh.
Yep, and that's what matters.
As much as I want to put it in middle, I can't. I can't lie to myself. I can't. I just gotta go in Kelly Pukes.
Yeah. And that is the truth.
Kelly?
Nothing I say will flip that.
Yes,
so-
but where would you put it?
I don't know, man. This is not a movie.
This ain't a movie.
This is
It goes right next to
Unbreakable.
Mission Impossible
Yeah, you know, two Mission Impossible double feature.
and Fast X.
And Fast X.
That's good trilogy right there. Luke, you want to watch that right after Sonic?
You have to end on Teen Wolf.
No,
2,
we
though.
have a
They're
deal.
really wrong.
We now have a deal.
Okay, we have a deal, but we can't go see Sonic 3 until we watch Knuckles.
Well, I haven't even seen the other first two.
Yes, I understand. We have to watch 1, 2, Knuckles, 3, Nosferatu.
Oh my god.
That's correct. That's correct. We have
Okay. This is your fault for being gone so long when movies are coming out.
I'm
They're just
sorry,
gonna pile
I'm sorry.
up.
I know
This
we
is
need
on you.
this on me.
Who's next?
That would be Matt.
Oh, yeah. So
you
here's
have
the
a
thing.
pick?
Yes. So here's the thing.
Wait,
I
we
had
didn't
a.
do the.
Oh yeah, we didn't do where it ranks.
But go ahead.
I had a movie picked.
It
And then
went
I just
off?
it went off of the first of the year.
Oh
Was it
no,
after
it's because
hours?
we took
No.
so long.
It wasn't. But I was frantically looking through stuff while we were on the podcast, and I found one that I wasn't even in my brain before. But I'm
Those are
actually
sometimes
happy
the best
with
ones.
the pick. Yeah.
I'm
Middle of the
I'm sorry we took
podcast?
so long because we would have been able to if we didn't take so long in 3
It's
weeks.
all good. I think this one might be a better podcast movie. It's not
Okay.
gonna be the movie I had originally picked is like a well-regarded movie. This
Mm.
one I think might be more fun to do for the podcast.
Okay.
So yes. Do we
Hmm.
want to rank Teen Wolf 2 now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what
okay.
are the 4 movies?
Clifford is one of
Clifford is
Teen
one of
Wolf
them.
2.
Good
What the
face.
heck?
-1
Godzilla -1.
What was
Oh
my
my
last
god,
pick?
we've taken forever.
and Futile and Stupid Gesture.
Oh
Please,
my
really?
gosh!
It's been that
Last
long?
pick? That's crazy.
Oh my god.
At least we're still
okay.
doing it, guys. We go on hiatus all the time. At least we came
That's
back.
a win. Yes.
Did you know that
Okay.
The season 3 finale of NCIS is called Hiatus.
Is it really?
Luke, do you remember Twilight?
I remember Twilight. Of course I remember Twilight.
Craziest episode of all time.
Yes, of course I remember.
Matt, do you remember the episode of NCIS entitled Twilight?
Is that the one where like a lot of crazy stuff goes down?
Well,
It's
one
season
thing
24,
specifically.
24,
It
I would have to-
vibes of Born Supremacy.
Born Supremacy. think of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Okay,
where you're like, holy shit, a main character just died.
Now,
Yes,
do you
okay, I
remember?
thought that's what we were talking about, but I'm glad. Okay.
Do you remember See No Evil, starring Abigail Breslin?
Yes,
What?
yes,
No.
yes. Snaps to that episode. Snaps to that episode.
That's a great episode. Great episode.
I have this vivid memory of an NCIS episode where a bunch of kids were on a tour of the facility and they're like, let's just take one of your fingerprints as a gag to show you how this works. And the person's name popped up in the database. And I was like, I was gobsmacked. So I was like, can that happen?
You were gagged.
What happened? Yeah. I don't know why that stuck with me because I was like, what? How can that just happen to you? It turns out she was a missing person.
Oh wow. I think I
Something like
remember
that. It was
that.
crazy. Yeah.
Luke, if you keep acting out, I'm gonna have to make you watch NCIS Origins with me.
If I keep what? Actually, sorry, I'll get it under control. Sorry.
All right, Kelly. Sorry. The 4 movies. Futile,
Wait,
Stupid
no,
Gesture.
I want to watch NCIS Origins. That's what I want you to do.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Fine. Dexter, Original Sin, or NCIS Origins. They're the same show.
have to see what happened to Leroy.
Leroy.
He builds
Uh,
boats, Luke.
I assume he builds boats.
That's his only character trait. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So, a futile and stupid gesture.
Yes.
Godzilla -1. Clifford, Teen Wolf 2.
Yes.
Disturbing.
Clifford.
Clifford.
Sure.
Clifford.
Team Wolf
Oh.
2.
Team Wolf 2.
Over
Teen Wolf
Godzilla
2.
-1.
Yep.
Yeah,
Then Godzilla
Godzilla
-1, then Futile. Yep.
Yes.
Unhinged.
Clifford.
It's gotta be Clifford. Is this say?
Teen
Well,
Wolf 2.
then I would
Teen
say
A futile,
Futile
and
and
stupid
then
gesture.
Godzilla.
Godzilla
And then
-1.
Godzilla. Yeah.
Sad.
Godzilla -1.
Godzilla
Godzilla
-1.
-1.
A futile,
Futile.
Futile, stupid gesture.
gesture. Cold.
Clifford. Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf 2 might be because we saw like sad watching.
No.
Were you sad watching Clifford at any point? Be honest with
I
me.
was not.
I wasn't. But I was
No,
sad at
I-
one point that I had made us watch this movie.
That is true.
So like, okay, well, let's flip this. Flip 'em up. You
It just has
convinced
an aura of sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just want to play Indiana Jones so bad and we had to finish this
Yeah.
movie.
That's correct.
And gay.
Godzilla 1.
me. Godzilla,
Mhm.
because yes.
Godzilla is
Um,
bisexual.
Then I would
Yes,
have
of
to
course.
say Futile Stupid Gesture 2.
Over teen. We're not ranking the first one.
We're not
No,
ranking
the
the
first one.
We gotta remember it's the second
This
one.
is like the straight version of Teen Wolf.
Whoa.
Did that just
Is
break your
it?
brain?
Is that a bit?
That's an accusation. And
That's what's wrong with it.
okay.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Godzilla. And then
Futile and Stupid Gesture.
yeah.
Yeah,
Futile.
Yeah.
their friendship. It's got to be more than Teen Wolf 2.
And then Teen Wolf 2, and then at the very
but
bottom,
it's
Clifford.
just that Clifford's not a straight movie. It's just not
No.
necessarily gay. Clifford is just Clifford.
Clifford is his own
Clifford is
entity,
Clifford.
so
Yeah.
yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
We'll rank those three, and then
Sure.
Clifford is
Okay.
off to the side, off
Well,
the
no.
grab.
We'll rank Godzilla -1, and then the other three are doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, are you guys
Cool.
ready for my pick?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
want-
Yeah.
Do you want any hints before you start guessing?
1998.
Earlier.
1994.
90s?
No.
1987.
Not. Wait.
Yeah. It is 87. That's really weird.
1987?
Yeah.
1987.
The Barney movie.
Whoa.
Ooh, that would be a good pick. It is not
I have
that.
no
not
idea
even
when that
close
came
to
out.
mine.
Not even
but
close.
it's very- okay.
Heathers?
What?
Heathers? I won't stop. I
It's
keep.
not Heathers.
Is it
None of us
Cruising?
have seen this movie.
It's a no. Cruising was 80. Luke.
Luke,
I'm just-
I like where your head's at, but it is not
Similar?
cruising.
Similar?
I don't honestly
Thriller?
even know what. I have
Cruising?
no idea.
Don't know.
I know what
Genre.
cruising is. I don't know vibes wise. I don't think it's the same vibe.
Lock, stock, and two
genre?
smoking barrel.
It says on. Oh, that's a cool guess. It is
It's
a
like
B
2000s.
action movie according to IMDb.
No, Mark, you're thinking of Snatch.
I'm thinking of Snatch.
Yeah.
1987. Snatch.
Judge Dredd?
Oh,
Okay, you are on.
I knew you'd say
a
that.
good path because there's an actor that's in
Arnold?
both. No.
Sylvester.
Rob Schneider.
Yes, Sylvester.
Sylvester's in both.
Sylvester.
In
No,
87.
it's not Arnold
I know what it is.
Schwarzenegger?
I know what it is.
It is not.
Cliffhanger.
Shit.
Cliffhanger?
Great guess, but it's
Is
not
it Rocky
Cliffhanger.
4?
It's not.
When did
I
the
don't
Rocky
know.
movies come out?
We haven't seen this, right? That's what you said.
None of us have seen
Sylvester
this.
Stallone.
It's the genres are listed as B action, drama, and
Oh,
sports.
there's something in my head.
What's
Running
the
Man.
new one? Running Man?
No, but that's
Oh.
Schwarzenegger.
There's something in my head
Shit,
that
they're the
he's
same
done.
guy.
and it's not a Rocky movie
Oh,
and
I
it's a
know it.
different
Over the top.
Yes.
Oh,
Never
it's a
saw it.
fighting movie.
Okay,
I think it's
remember,
just
it's
fighting,
not.
right?
It's not fighting. Can I please just read the
Yes.
description?
Good.
Yeah.
tough trucker Lincoln Hawk is
Ooh, yeah.
determined to win back his son and triumph at the World Arm Wrestling Championship.
Yes, that's what it is. Yes.
Okay, Twin Peaks: The Return.
Yes. Yes.
Yep,
That's-
exactly.
got it.
Well, this is gonna be
Wow.
just a
Lincoln
joy to
Hawk
watch.
dies.
He's trying to win back his son.
He's winning back his son
That's
by
good.
arm wrestling.
Guys, Matt, that's a great pick. I'm very excited. What's it on?
Oh
Pick,
my.
Matt. Great pick.
It's on Tubi. Of course,
Hell
it's on Tubi.
yes.
All
Where
great
else could
things
it be?
are.
Okay.
That's what I meant by like I was panicking. You guys, I was panicking on
Over
the
the Top
podcast,
sounds
and then I was like,
great.
"Oh my god, is that movie
What was
free?"
the
going-
original pick?
Jacob's Ladder, and then they got rid of
We
Jacob's.
have. the
We've
VHS
been
of it.
trying to watch. We've
Really?
that's been on our
You're
watch
kidding.
list for
Yes.
2 years basically.
Yeah.
Because I have the
On
VHS of it.
something, and I was like, "Ooh, I like this pick," and then I looked right now, and it's nowhere again. I was like, "Damn it!"
Well, we'll eventually
the
get to
top
it because I have it on VHS.
Okay, that's good to know because I did not know that's why you guys were gonna watch it before.
Yes, Matt, that's a great pick. I'm excited.
What we
It's like a
were
podcast.
doing. Yeah. What we were doing for like 3
Okay.
movies was just we get a VHS and then we pick one of the preview movies and we watch that one next.
We
and Jacob's
order it on
Ladder was the
eBay
one we
on
picked,
VHS.
So we
and
just
then-
never got to watching to it, but we're gonna live together soon, so we'll watch it.
Yeah, because I Come in Peace was so good, and
Yes,
it was Jacob's
course.
Ladder wasn't on there.
Jacob's Ladder is a movie I don't know anything about, and that's the way I want it because all I've heard is it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay, cool.
From what I've heard.
It's called Jacob's Ladder is an ominous sounding name. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
People like it.
Yeah, people like it. Tim Robbins, pre Shawshank. Okay, I'm in.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, great pick.
Thank you.
Very excited about. Hope it's on Tubi, so that's a good sign already.
That's
so.
a good sign. I realized that 3 weeks in a row we're going to be doing Clifford, Teen Wolf 2, and
Yeah.
Over the Top, and I'm afraid
It's
we're
the way it should
pigeonholing
be.
ourselves. Yep, but
Nope,
in a
it's-
good way.
It's good.
Oh no,
my pick
Luke
is
has
next.
a cinematic masterpiece next.
Oh yes, but do I pick it?
No,
That's
you
the
pick the
question.
other one. You pick the, and then you pick that one.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
okay, I'm stopping the
Yeah,
podcast.
go ahead.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.